Return of the Mac.
Oh yeah.
Return of the Mac.
Oh my
God.
Welcome, everybody.
Oops.
Welcome to the latest episode of Mechanism, everyone.
I believe it's episode 39, right?
Is
39?
it? I
Yeah.
hope so.
I am not one of your hosts.
It is the
it's actually that guy over there. However, he is
It's this connection is really bad right now.
He's streaming from a potato.
Yeah, my fucking modem is a PS5, so you know that shit's coming with bugs.
There's 10 bugs.
It's both.
Well,
welcome to the
I'll start it off. It's Frankie RG. I'm hosting tonight.
Frankenism?
If it's Frankenism, if you're wondering where Tim's at,
Frankie's glitchy.
if you guys are wondering where Tim is at,
yeah,
currently he's a little bit worn out. He's taking a break.
yes.
God, Frankie,
We get every fifth frame with Frankie.
When Tim's away,
Expected anything, but you're gonna get this. You're gonna get all these great people.
Frankie, we didn't hear like 30 seconds of what you said before.
Yep.
My shit is my god.
You are straight up froze, bro.
You all drunk.
No.
Internet drunk.
You're good now.
My internet's busted right now. Holy smokes. It's
Frankie's using new video technology that freezes every time he cares.
Let's go ahead and start with the introductions. Give my bandwidth a break. Let's go with Brian. What's going on, Brian?
What's up, guys? How you doing? I am me. I'm Brian. You know me. I've been here every dang week.
Neo Geo kid.
Welcome to I got this it's old school, but I got a couple years ago at Comic-Con. Neo Geo, Soccer S, football T. I've been doing a lot of work. Still chilling at home, so I got all this time. I might as well use it. I've been painting on this SD, so it's been getting there. Did some green on it. Did a bunch of masking. In the process of adding. This green is really, really nice. It's not a color that I normally paint, but it is just like this fucking super duper beautiful green.
Deep, bro. It's like a fern gully.
Nice.
Yeah,
I can dig that. Yeah.
It's almost like a light pine green, but it's not light.
It's not. It's so much more like emerald.
It's more emerald.
Yeah, because pine has got So the dark tone that I'm using with it has a little bit of that emerald, or has a little bit of that piney to it. So you can see the darker tone here on the tip, and then that lighter green here, and then I have blue scheduled to go into here. So we'll see. Eventually,
you gotta mask it up.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of masking tonight. I've been doing nothing but making little tiny pieces of tape and sticking them on all shit.
Circles. Make all circles.
Driving me insane. No circles. No circles. On the other tip, I've been working on this little guy here. Started this on Thursday's show, my Robo Dojo workbench show. So I started this Dom Trump in resin for the master grade Dom, and that was pretty good. We had a nice little show. We got some feet started. Went through some of the pitfalls that come along with that, and some of the stuff that goes along with the resin. Had a good conversation. Polly's first resin, so we're going through it step by step, show by show, week by week. So if anybody wants to tune in, you can watch the last show. It's a couple of hours long, but it's all pretty good stuff. So we're gonna be doing that. And let's see, this guy's still back here. You guys remember him? Yeah, he's still going.
Big boy.
Yeah.
He had to put him over there. He got too big.
No, actually, I brought it out.
He needs its own room.
I got tired of looking at it, to be honest.
How much do you think that weighs now?
I'll pull out the scale later and find out for you exactly how much it weighs if you want.
Where did you wait? Where did you put the flea?
The flea in the blanket.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually went through my Detolf. It takes up an entire shelf. I had to wedge it in one way and then rotate it to fit it in. It is capacity for the shelf.
Shit's so
But
big. You need to charge it rent.
Which would pay. So it's got its own dedicated shelf. So it's got a shelf. the Breagle's got its own shelf.
Whew.
And then I've got 2 more shelves packed full of painted kits that I've done. Like I've got a shelf that's almost entirely IBO, and then another one's almost all ZN kits that are all fully painted. So that Detolf is packed. I need to get another one. I got this guy.
Don't get another Detolf, please.
No, I have 2 already. I had a third. I gave it to a friend. I need to get another. I know you're sensitive, Pappy, but
sensitive is an understatement.
So I made these front skirts. I started working on this last week with the heavy arms, so I kind of like tagged those in last week when we were playing around with this thing, and then I extended the base of these using some more excess components. I decided that I'm going to use these shields from the Full Armor Thunderbolt on the outside, but I'm going to rework the way that the mechanics work. I'm going to try and use those sub arms that come with it on the kit and find a way to work that through with the inner armor. I did mock up the gun on the new mount here. I don't know if I showed this one before.
You are not.
Long boy.
So that worked out really well. It fell off. It's just taped on. So,
Okay.
but yeah, for the most part, the
Magic bullets.
yeah, I know, right? Oh, that worked great. It falls apart. No, it's literally just stuck on with like masking tape. I didn't like. I'm going to do something kind of cool because they're made of the same components. I'm going to put a Lego joint in there. I'm going to use some. My plan is, let's hear me out. My plan is I'm going to ruin some Legos. Okay. I'm
Right,
going to take
real quick, Edward says all it needs is some boobies.
Cute. So I'm going to take a 2x1 block, and I'm going to route out a section in it, glue or cement the 2x1 to the bottom of this, and then have the reciprocal component on the inside to clip it down so that it's like a full rectangular square that clicks down inside there and secures that in place. So there's like plenty of cantilever strength, so we don't have what just happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's literally just like this is what was holding it up.
Yeah.
So,
You got some weight to it.
yeah, a little bit, but this components works out pretty good. The articulation on it is pretty good in regards to the pivot and the pitch and all that kind of stuff, which I wanted to add to this kit, which doesn't have it. We're also drinking this Redemption Rye. This fine evening.
Ooh, go ahead, fancy.
Potion.
He's speaking my language.
Very rarely do I get a couple of sips of.
Redemption.
But desperate times call for desperate measures, and it's fucking crazy out there.
It's crazy out there.
So that's it's a super brief overview of the crazy stuff that I've been working on here in Brooklyn. Glad to see you all here out in the chat, and welcome to Mechanism. Somebody else pretend that you're doing stuff too.
Oh shit.
Make believe.
Who's next on the roulettes?
Hey, Pabito.
It's
Hello.
Tapley.
¿Cómo tú estás?
Welcome to Mechanism episode 39. I'm not one of your hosts, but my connection is a lot better than our current host, so there we go. Hi, Chris Pavs, Chris_Pavs on Instagram. Hello, thank you for having me. I am working on a couple of interesting things. So, as most of you guys know, I am a big fan and supporter of resin, which is an understatement. But I got so tired of making people's resin kits, I'm starting to make one of my own. So, if you guys have been following my stories, I got myself an Elegoo Mars. Well, I didn't get it; my wife did. And yeah, I've been printing all week. I got a couple of good pulls out of that one. It's still kind of a work in progress, and my camera is not currently working, so I'll try to show it. So here's a head, an RX-78 head. So nice, all smoothed out. Like there was a couple of issues, like a mid print, so it was almost a failure, but it wasn't. Thank God.
You pulled it out.
Like me.
Yeah, I pulled out very well. Yeah, this thing. So all I've been doing is trying to get the process down of getting prints ready for obviously printing, getting it cleaned up, and then making sure that all of the details are crisp. I will be adding some details to this head because it is very plane.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody does have a resin 3D printer or an LED Mars and any Cube Pro and whatever, I got this. So this is not my design. So this is from a really like great guy named Mecha_case on Instagram. His name is Nick. Really good guy. Answered all my questions about it. Very talented, not only modeler, 3D modeler, but also a really great builder. So you guys should definitely follow that guy. He and I have been going back and forth, kind of talking about the additional details we should be adding once I get this done, and then we can kind of apply that to the 3D space and so on. Apart from that, I am also still currently working on the 1/100 wound wart that everybody seems to have forgotten. Kyle and Manny. Damn it, Manny. So I was gonna try to pick it up and show it to you guys, but it is literally falling apart in my hands. So
wow!
Here's kind of where it's at. There is a chest. There is there's also a crotch piece, but that's kind of missing because it fell out as soon as I picked it up. Let me see if I can do this real quick. You guys have also seen like the booty. So here's the booty.
That butt.
What people don't see is the back. So there's the back right there.
Oh, look at that! Look at that steady dumper.
Yeah. So
that dually.
There's a steady stream that goes in there constantly. But apart from that, let me see what else is there. Here's the base for the 3D resin print. So
nice.
yeah, this was probably the messiest pull so far, just because the supports were all over the place, and I didn't really. This was a good lesson in like where you should place your supports, why you should place them there, and why you shouldn't use like an excessive amount of supports in certain spots because it's going to be a bitch to clean. Like, a big old duker. Yes, good. It is definitely one of the biggest. I want to say one of the biggest dukers for one of the smallest kits. Yeah, but apart from that, as you can see, there are a string of crocodile clips above me, which is mostly the arms for the wound wart. Here's like the goddess V-fin. I think I showed this off on a stream. Yeah, apart from that, hopefully we will be streaming tomorrow. We need to get back on that RG new because that thing has just been sitting in the container. Also, what does it say? Chris Pabs, the man who felt addicted to the smell of resin did not know. Please support the GoFundMe page. Resin addiction is a huge problem. Every day, someone falls, into the whole resin thing, and you're like, oh.
For 5 cents a day, you can help right
you just see us all lined up, like where that resin went. So, but yeah, so hopefully we can start knocking the new out real soon, because that thing needs a little bit of love. I do also have a couple of reviews coming out very soon for tools. One of which just arrived, I want to say yesterday.
Fancy.
So yeah, anybody behind closed doors, I'll let you know what it is.
Tools to Patty.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Chris Paz, blah blah blah, that stuff. So we'll look forward to that real soon. I'll try to be more comprehensive with this review, and then that's me in a nutshell. It's been a pretty hectic week, so yeah, that's about it.
Well,
so,
thank you very much.
I did see also Silver Stray said Silver Stray. Yeah, can we get 1-to-1 scale resin costs of the modelers? I don't know if you want a 1-to-1 scale cost of Frankie because that man's 6'2". He's 6'2". Like you gotta start charging him rent for real. If you guys think you should, like Ryan should charge rent for the backpacking, definitely charge him for Frankie.
You think the Neo Xeon is big? Wait till you get me in that house.
He said 1-to-1 scale. I don't know what he wants to do with these models.
I come in 4 boxes, boy.
I come in 4 PG boxes.
A to D.
You can get me in my farmer's outfit edition. You can get me in my normal wear.
Corn Queen.
It's like that my life size Barbie.
Damn, bro.
John was the American Girl doll.
Do you guys remember that NSYNC video with the
when they're in puppet strings?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like in the store, right?
Yeah,
they're on stage
or whatever, right? Which one is that one? Is that the same one?
I believe it is it's gonna be
May.
Yeah, gonna be May.
Alrighty.
Get over it.
All right, next on the roulette. Shoot your canoosh.
Choocha ganoosh, your boy clipping nubs.
Shoot you up at fuck o'clock.
Big baby chooch.
Are you done with
The
VEG?
Chupinator.
This man's in the lab. Look at him. What you working on, boy? Let us know.
Right now. I'm cooking.
What you marinating in right now, boy?
So I got
Chooch cooking up some gooch.
I got my SD. I got them all primed, everything laid down nice. So I was like, fuck it, base coats. I laid down a good mahogany, then a nice tan.
That sounds sexy.
Right, like many leather-bound books.
Yeah, like a thick, rich.
I have many leather-bound books.
That's what I want to be, thick and rich.
And then I laid down a nice tan, like a sand over that. And then I mixed up some wood and a little yellow, and I got a nice like golden yellow out of it, and I threw them down. You can't. I don't think
Look at that! Oh, look beauty, bro.
Having a tan, what does that feel like these days?
seeing the sun. So I'm almost done with the base coat to the body, and I'm gonna go on to effect parts and
Turn
what that looks like.
Return of the chooch. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
You know that. So other than that, I've been working on little minis.
Uh-oh.
They're phenomenal.
Holy shit! I saw a ding, ding, ding.
I
What's going on out there?
I do believe there is a thing you're doing on Wednesdays. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a little something we're doing together. Wet Palette Wednesdays. If you'd like to be on, hit me up. We can fucking
Somebody needs to take
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't see that
away
yet?
from
You didn't
her.
see that yet? Come on now.
yo, if you're not gonna be on the show, you gotta leave me alone. Straight up, all right? If you're not here, you're not here. All right?
Taxis
Please,
everywhere.
thank you.
Chooch, straight in the steering wheel. Okay, Wet Palette Wednesdays. What's that all
Wet
about?
Palette Wednesdays. I want to get more into hand painting. I want to get better. I want to make better things. So I asked Phil, and he was like, "Let's fucking do it. If we can get anybody on, we can, and just paint and have fun." It's pretty
It's
cool.
hella fun.
Butter and flour baked at 450 till flaky.
No, you
so
bake it
cool.
at 420, bro.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah,
You bake it at
It was-
440 for 69 minutes.
I get it.
It was
I get
right
it.
there and on the
was.
silver platter, and he didn't follow through.
So come on, I don't want to take the bait.
That boy is
You get a
smooth.
walnut.
I wish it was like walnutty, you know. But
Yeah. So
it's coming
if you guys want very nice pictures of this mini he's got right here, follow him on Instagram, Clipping Nubs. I am not a mini painter.
narrate my life.
I'm not a mini painter, but looking at those things, it looks awesome, man. Like you're starting to get your fleshy stuff down.
It's so nasty.
Yeah, I mean it's nasty, but dude, you're banging it out there.
I'm trying. Oh my god, $10 to hear your
For the
fucking
fucking
ding.
bells?
To hear a
Oh
fucking
my
ding. This
God.
is $10. I'm not getting the $10 for the dings.
It's not backlog bills. It's text bills.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
This is
you're a
haunting.
guy. Yo, keep your money in your pocket, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
You know what you could have done with those
Clean the
$10?
torment,
Bought an
man.
actual
Clean.
bell.
He's like, here, $10, make Julio go fucking crazy. Phenomenal. Thanks, man. Appreciate
You
you.
$10 for you to go crazy.
Yeah, all it takes is $10. Super chat it.
Super chatted.
That's the only one.
So
I'll ask Tim
good,
for it
bro.
later.
So good.
Tim, you owe me $10.
You owe me
And
10
then
bucks.
Yeah, just Venmo
Working
Tim for
on-
$10.
This dude, you can't really see the scribing on it, but I gotta take some
Scribing.
pictures. I've been going hard adding details, make it
yeah.
more interesting.
Nice.
Super fun. I worked on some stability issues so he wouldn't just flop over.
Julio, have you built the full mechanics version of that yet?
Yeah.
What do you?
Correct.
How do you compare that he's high graded than full mechanics?
The full mechanics is more detailed in their printing, like the parts are printed with more detail, but it's basically the same thing.
Just bigger.
Basically,
I feel like the proportions a little bit different too.
in the full mechanics, the legs are a lot longer.
Mhm.
Like they're definitely a lot longer, and shoulders are more squared out. Barbertoe's flaccid Rex. Yeah, he be floppy, dude. These things be floppy out the box.
Yeah,
Had to
they
work
can be.
on them.
Yeah.
I mean, the tightest joint on that thing is the wire.
Yeah, it's tight as hell right now.
Just going nowhere.
I want to. I'm thinking tonight I'm gonna scribe out the rest of this blade and sharpen it out so it's actually like sharp.
Nice.
Give it some extra detail in itself. Because I can't add anything. I don't know. I'm a kit bash guy. I can't do that. How do you make stuff good
simple details
without adding stuff together? Yeah, the simple details are good.
You can add little bits of styrene and shit, right?
No adding of anything. It's all less is more. You're always taking away from something. No adding.
Only reductive, huh?
Can you paint it?
Yeah, I think I could paint it. Actually, I'm not sure about the rules on that. I was thinking about I could paint it. Right? Simple paint.
Neon, Julio, neon.
Yo, just go Canon. Just stay normal.
I was gonna do
make it sexy. Yeah, just give it some fucking. Don't go
green
like
panels here and there. But I was
you got it. Oh yeah,
little green.
Trust your direction.
Little green, little blue, little
Little
red.
blue, little green. Yeah, but I just took a picture of the. I've been doing the panel because it's easy and it works. Something to do. Fabs, maybe you can help me.
I don't know if there's any.
Nah, he's like, nah, I can't. I think Brian will help me then.
No, I'm
Yeah,
Brian
always
will help me.
I'll help you any day.
for real.
I can help you.
Unreal. I'm happy to
help.
help anytime.
You know,
I can help you choose the colors.
I'm thinking white, maybe blue.
A little bit of red, yellow, maybe on the V fin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I gotta get a nice solid yellow, something that I don't know, bright. I guess it is something more dense, like a more denser yellow.
You want it deep. You want it deep, like that zero kind super chat that just came up.
I like that yellow.
I like that.
What do you paint with? You paint in acrylics? Or do
Yeah.
you paint? Okay. Mission Models has a really amazing yellow. I'm not gonna lie.
He's sipping on some soup base. Look at
What is that shit? Is that wonton soup?
Beef broth.
Yeah, come on, get it right, guys.
I'm
Don't you know how it
all
is?
my foods.
Yeah, those aren't ice cubes. Those are chunks of lard.
That's not manteca, baby.
Oh
That's
god.
not manteca, son.
No, it's rendered fat from pig. From pork.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, dude. He's just drinking tonkatsu. Come on, get the man a drink.
I thought it was iced tea.
This is whiskey. And it's a little...
Whiskey in a soup-based cup.
Whiskey? No, man. That's just a container.
So I don't like to
Love
make
that
drinks
shit.
all the fucking time. So you make one big drink.
Yeah.
Julio
Makes
right here,
sense.
drinking
Somewhere.
whiskey from a soup-based cup, wearing an Altered Beast T-shirt. if this man doesn't stay on brand,
Welcome to Mechanism, episode 39.
Try to call Julio a brother. This is my boy. You don't fuck around. Welcome to Brooklyn.
I love me some Altered Beast though.
yeah, for real,
They need a new one.
not happening. For real.
It's not-
All
It took him
right.
like 87 years to remaster freaking Demon Souls. How long do you think it's
my
going to
God,
take to do
dude.
Altered Beast? All right.
Demon
Souls
so
looks so
good.
I can't wait to backtrack everywhere. I'm so hyped.
Praise the sun. Praise
Who
the
this? Who this? Who this?
Hey guys, it's me,
Supreme Leader.
your baby Jay.
Return of the J.
It's a return to Jay.
It's been a while since I've been on. We got the air conditioning working finally.
Nice. Living that
Damn
good life.
expensive board.
Dude, I have to have that AC on. I hear you.
And I'm actually working on things tonight.
What are you working on? Show us.
I'm working on
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
On
High
soup?
grade, but one of my favorite kits.
Is that a Gundam?
yeah. I thought it was a
Of sorts.
Bionicle, and I went to buy it. I thought it was Bionicle, but
God damn it!
to one of these pesky Gundams.
Then she was like, they haven't sold Bionicles in like 7 years or more.
Correction, they still do.
Yeah, they do. They still do.
Oh.
Say what?
Fuda boy,
What?
pay
Sorry,
me.
Bionicles is like,
Put a bio with a $20 super chat.
Send her the money.
John90 at gmail.com. Venmo or PayPal.
Exactly.
Or send it to me,
We
onlyfans.com/Frankie
demand
RD.
fair compensation for our tomfoolery, okay?
Our tomfoolery, sir.
Whoop, whoop.
Tim ain't here.
Yeah, go to Jay Lippert's and more.
Yeah, go buy some.
jpwhippertonmore.com. You can find
JPWhippertonmore.com.
stickers. You can find Gundam stickers. You can find normal shit.
You can buy
All
some
my
cool casts. She's making some nice resins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have one.
Yeah,
Dude,
Julio, have you painted it yet?
No, and I meant to,
Oh, yeah.
to prime it today, but I'm gonna.
No,
Oh,
Julio and I both have a sad face on that one. We fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
But I will say though that your coloration on your resin cast is beautiful. Well done.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
It's very even. It's very even.
Like mixed right, girl.
Yeah.
You got
I
hammering.
try my hardest.
In regards to
came out
resin,
great.
that is not easy to do. So you're doing the right shit, dude.
The detail in little dude's butt is incredible.
The
I like
the-
to say that I'm a butt aficionado, so I try and keep it on point.
Everything
that-
Butto.
I know how tough it is to be patient whenever you're throwing resin into a mold. So for you to be able to get those straight lines on that on the rainbow thing is
I
it's a sight to behold.
actually just had my recent fail. I don't know if you guys remember the gray alien I was working on.
Pull.
Yep. Really great.
I actually my recent mold with that was a huge fail.
Aw.
So
What happened?
just the mold for some odd reason. I pulled it out of a mold and I casted. Next thing you know, like the mold was offset and like a few seam lines, and I'm like, I gotta recast this.
Interesting. Yeah, totally. Or remold it. You should. I'd like to talk to you about it more, like when we have time to actually talk.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But getting back.
Brian will guide you.
Yeah, Brian the wizard, guys.
I know a few things. I know a few things.
Pass.
I know a few things, and I love my friends, and I like to help them out when I can.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you, Brian.
it's worth subscribing to his friendship.
Yes.
Also to his YouTube channel, you know.
Brian and Pabs have been my resin boys.
Resin boys. It's like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, but we're not cops. So
Oh, I was thinking we were more like oh shit.
Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and
So I'm
Clyde.
trying to remember the names. I'm just getting back into it. I'm sorry.
damn, we had it. We had the whole skit
You were
ready.
going. You were
You had
going.
it. You had it.
We had it in the grasp of our hands.
I fucked it up. It's okay.
You let it go.
We're
Wait for the
staying on
reboot.
there.
Wait for the reboot, guys. It's all right.
Just to answer a few things on the chat. This is not a kitty. Well, it is a kitty, but it's a teaser.
It's an actual kitty.
Oh, shit.
I did not turn on Tim for money. I am TM capital broke. I gotta do what. And to get back to the other things I'm working on tonight. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. I am now part of Four Horsemen build.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
I am very excited to hear that. I will add you promptly to the chat.
Promptly.
Yo, I feel like I'm the only one on that stream that's not actually working on this fucking talk.
And
You have one,
I have been scrolling through my items and my bits because I do want to do war. So I kind of buffed out whatever spare tank parts I had. Spare hand bits. I don't know what weapon this kit what run this kit came with.
That looks like it's an Anju.
It looks like it's an Anji, yeah. It's got the rocket launcher bazooka thing, yeah. You can see it right
Yeah, I
there.
bet it came from your high grade Sananju.
It might be a Stein, actually. It might be the
Stein
Stein.
narrative. Yeah.
It's fine, I don't remember.
Yeah, if you built the Stein, that's where it came from.
Chris, I am doing the war.
Jay, I am doing the nothing right now.
You know, Pabs, it's be like that sometimes. I go on mechanism and I'm not doing shit most of the time. I am doing war. I do have ideas. I took Brian's advice and I started writing things down. Because I've only kit bashed on, if you guys can see it, that.
Oh, yeah. Right, and it's really nice.
Yeah, the Destiny.
Mad shiny.
Trying to get the decent. There we go.
She needs arms, people. Send her arms.
Yes. Yeah, I need arms. If you have spare arm bits, I will take it. Back for another kit bash. But I have ideas. I kind of want to elongate the waist and all that, make it tall. I want to make this thing towering.
Nope.
But it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna get some plot plate. I'm gonna work with that for the first time. Do some scribing.
Legit.
And then for the stereotypical J, we got Harles
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
for commissions.
Like that. Get that money, girl.
And other than that, it's just hanging out, making friends, getting this dude ready because
How do you do
like
that?
my other Zigok, I'm going to do this one in a graffiti style.
Nice.
Cool.
I kind of want to do a dial with this one, make it like a little like backstreet like hip hop dance style.
Yo, I thought you were gonna say Backstreet Boy. I was like,
Yo,
how
me
you
too.
doing?
Me too.
We're
Because
all
we were
white,
talking about
sitting in an
sing-
airport.
Believe it or not, I have not listened to the Backstreet Boys.
Oh my god.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
How do 3 grown ass men sing this song? And you don't know this.
well, we're just a
Uh,
product of society. It's not our fault.
We're a product of our generation. Is what we
Yeah,
are.
we are.
It's okay if you guys are fanboys. I don't judge.
Well,
Yo, there's no need to judge. They're fucking amazing. Like,
And I am drinking nothing but pure H2O tonight.
Hey.
That's the water from
Hydrate
Minnetonka.
or dihydrate.
Hold up,
I
hold up.
am I'm on a water fast right now.
Oh,
Careful.
I've done
You
that.
know what they say. You drink too many of those, straight to the bathroom.
24/7 at least once every 2 hours.
Peak streams.
Gotta be careful. Watch out.
Hydrate or dihydrate, you know.
You are
my fire, the one desire. Believe
I'm not singing.
when
It sounds
I
beautiful.
say,
I don't want to ruin it.
I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Okay, I think that's enough. We're getting copyright strike.
Oh,
Copyright strike. Watch out.
Yo, if you get a copyright strike, that means you sang it real good. You was on point.
Other
We
than that,
decided 7 boys.
uh,
Thanks, Steven.
a bunch of painting and doing a bunch of stuff, trying to finish up my Swan Army on What Powered Wednesdays.
Yeah.
You can catch me there.
JB holding it down. Side 7 boys.
Side
I
7
made the
boys.
foolish mistake of painting an army
Oh.
and
Oh.
then chat everyone. But yeah, no, that's been the fun for
How many-
Jay the past few days.
Jay, question.
Yep.
I have a question. How
Yep.
many soldiers are in your army?
Currently, I want to say about 8, 9.
Okay.
It's not complete. It's the first part. It's just the Daemonettes of Swanesh.
Uh-huh.
And I think in my army, I'm going to go with 4 units of those. So it's going to be probably 38 of those.
Okay. So you've
Not-
just started, and right now you're working on, like, say, a squadron.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a squadron. It's very beginning.
Super cool. Super cool.
I'm learning.
Yeah. That's good. Got to branch out.
Oh yeah.
It's
Get
plastic.
it, Jay. Get it, Jay.
No,
you go.
all.
So, yeah. JP Whipperton more, everyone.
There you go.
Yes, I know. It's
All right.
too late.
I actually want to show something off real quick.
Yeah.
Frankie, what you got?
I got the card going on right
Wait
now.
a minute. Wait a fucking minute.
Hold
That's
on.
Whoa.
What? I can't show nothing.
No, fuck with you.
No, I
That's
mean,
good.
I saw the body, like big fat yellow body right there, and then I was like, what is this?
What is this?
So what I got here?
Is in here?
I got the motor and everything from this like wannabe Lamborghini, right? From Amazon for like I think it was like $15, and I stripped it, so it doesn't matter anymore.
No.
So
That was just a prop, man.
Really, it's really nice too before you
Good.
threw it away.
Good.
Nuts.
so right now what I'm working on the steering column, so that's gonna be a fucking challenge. But I got the motor in the back mounted already,
Ooh.
and it spins. It fucking spins.
Ooh. Hey.
It'll
Oh, whoa, hey, whoa. Yo, calm down over there.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
shit.
What is that?
So it moves. So I just got to mount the motor for the front to make the wheels turn left and right. And then after that, I'm just gonna. There's no room for the interior. Like
That's
interior
what
is
I'm
fucked.
saying.
Yeah, no, it's fucked. It's fucked. I'm going a completely different route, but I'm gonna save this for another car because I got another plan for that. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna get the same 240, but I'm gonna make a rust build. So I'm gonna work on my weathering skills on that one. So then this is perfect for that.
So are you planning on blacking out the windows on that thing? Then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no. I was following the fucking lines for the windows and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no sticker for it, so I had to literally fucking I had to mask it around the borders and then paint it and shit. And then after I did that, I'm like, well, fuck, now I don't have to finish it, so it's gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But yeah,
easy.
I already test fitted everything. Everything fits inside the body, so it's gonna be dope. And then I ordered the what was it, Pabs? The Mr. Clear, Mr. Hobby?
your clear coats.
The clear coats. They're gonna be here in about a week or so. So I'm gonna make this bitch shiny.
Shiny. It works really well. I followed Pat's directions, came to clear coat, and I've never strayed. It works every time.
Yo, I never give bad advice. You know what I'm saying?
Never. No, I remember that one time.
Financial advice. Fuck all that.
Financial advice. A lot of people give advice, but few give good advice.
Truth.
That's very true.
Don't make me cry.
That being said, Frankie,
wait,
I would love to
everybody
talk
shut
to you.
up.
What?
We have a question, and it is by the blessed D herself. Who all in here?
I feel like it was answered, right? So Steven says Frankie J. that's an old school R&B artist. Frankie
There
J.
you go.
Brian and
Yeah, no, I remember Frankie J.
Who's Frankie?
But
J?
yeah, aside from
Frankie J sounds
R&B
like our
artist.
name if we fuse in Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
So Frankie J is the straight
That
up R&B
works.
artist
That works.
in
That
the early
works.
2000s. Very soulful man.
Very true. Very true. Aside from that, I'm also working on a new fucking project because I can't stop working on shit. I have not. Anyways, let me shut up. I'm working on this guy for my cousin because he graduated from business. He got his business degree or something. And he's a big Dragon Ball fan. So
Wild Vegito appears.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the seam lines on this guy, paint his hair like a little bit more, like the blue a little darker.
Yo, you should. Oh man, I want to talk to you. Talk to me. Talk to me later. All right.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Then, because I'm not gonna mention the other projects that are in the fucking back burner. This motherfucker right here, he is going to be a little project that I had in the works, but calling it the Bluebird. But now, I don't know if anybody's played Final Fantasy 14, like the Shadowbringers expansion, but there's a boss called Innocence, and he's gonna be based off of that, so that's gonna be fun. Mad cool as fuck. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that car is really cool.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a challenge. That steering column is gonna be a bitch and a half because I
thought it was a 240 SX.
I've been looking at all the tank model kits that drive.
This man.
You drive them.
The what?
They make tank model kits where there's an inside motor. You build the tank model and then you can like put the motor in.
I did not even know about that. That sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah.
What?
That shit's been around since the 90s. What are you talking about?
Bro, I've been around since the 90s. I was born in the 90s.
I've only been around since the late 90s. 99.
I've never built a tank.
Barely the 70s. So really, I've been around since the 80s.
I'm actually building my first car kit.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
You are. Have you started on it?
I started, but then I ran out of glue.
Oh, so it's one of those. Okay, it's okay.
It's I got only like a small part of the engine done.
So you got the engine, you got the drivetrain, right?
I got whatever pieces go in the engine because I don't know cars.
Yeah, she got the engine, she's got the transmission and the drivetrains in. It's just
Oh, the shit goes Trans M? What?
Yo, facts.
Yo, Sentinel drives that shit?
Finish editing that fucking video because I want to watch it.
This weekend.
Oh, the one of me getting beat up?
The you two fighting.
Oh, I missed that.
Yo, Pabs whooped my ass.
That shit was funny. You two were going back and forth. It was pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, I think Chooch over here masters the art of moving backwards.
I can shoot. I can run backwards and shoot. Like,
and then you got Pabs. You got Pabs in the Pixie Gundam. How do I go Trans M? What up, Pop Trans M?
Yeah, and then
two different stories.
Yo, he's fighting me with a Dom, and you know a Dom just hovers around and mad maneuver. You can't fight that thing, man.
Pab's over here sliding and shit and fucking.
I was
Church is
pulling
just
maneuvers. Oh,
what the fuck?
He was coming at me, bro.
He was ready to fight. He was going backwards. He's like, "Yo, I dare you. Come up, run
You're
up."
talking Gundam Battle on PlayStation?
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
talking Gundam Battle on PlayStation? That's one thing. That's the only reason that I would consider getting a PlayStation is just to Gundam Battle because I am a fucking slayer of fools when it comes to games.
Get it.
Hey, did you guys see that new Wi-Fi router that PlayStation's putting out?
Yo, I actually like it. I like the design.
Yeah, the router is tight.
It's they designed it to be sexually appealing.
Why my pee hard?
Nut.
I've lost faith in humanity a little. I'm not
A little.
Hold up.
It's been there for a while. Oh, Diato.
Hey.
Hey.
That might be.
What's going on, B?
Hi.
I got a new phone tonight.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get?
What is it?
It'll say in the
iPhone,
box.
Samsung.
It's
Check
iPhone
back.
11.
Oh,
Poor
fresh as fuck.
Fancy.
Very fancy.
What did Ethan get?
Huh, Ethan?
Yeah, what did he
This
get?
is the clearest I've ever seen you be.
Oh,
Seriously.
no.
I know, like I feel bad that I'm vertical.
Yo.
But you know.
Tex would probably ring the bell for that one.
That's okay.
It was a bingo.
I am
Frankie,
horizontal.
You
Feel bad,
Ethan.
Frankie.
No, Ethan, stop saying like that. You look sexy as fuck.
Yo, we need more legs.
Why my pee hard?
I'm up in
Sorry, this our would
That
I
man
would've
was
never-
designed. That man was designed to be sexy.
Yes,
I would
sir.
never
was. You guys I knew
Sexy
I was
from the
gonna marry
factory.
him. Because like on our first date or like the first time we ever hung out, we ended up at this really cool divey bar that we go to every year for our anniversary now.
Mhm.
And we were playing music on the jukebox and it was really late, wasn't it? What time was it? It was like
It was like
3 in the morning.
maybe not that. It was probably at least 1 or 2.
It was like either 1 or 2 in the morning, and Pony by Genuine came on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I saw Ethan's body rolls and I was like,
That's the man I'm marrying.
You got a body roll up.
yeah, you have to
You
body
can't not dance to that song
Yeah.
without
Right.
doing a body roll.
Do it.
Right, my pony,
Frankie is body rolling in the background right now. I'm
breaking,
absolutely positive.
coming, jump on it.
Welcome to Mechanism, the musical.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yes,
boss is out. Boss is out for the night. We're fucking sanking.
Welcome to copyrightism.
Facts.
Demonetism.
We're gonna get demonetized.
I
tonight.
tried Beat Saber for the first time tonight.
That was-
and
Yeah.
What is
it
that?
was so much fun,
Yo,
and
you don't know
I'm
Beat Saber?
trying to
I don't know what
convince
Beat
Ethan
Saber
to
is.
buy
I know what a
Oculus
Beam Saber
tomorrow.
is.
Beat Saber is a virtual reality game where you control 2 lightsabers and hit blocks.
Oh, that's
and beat.
okay. I didn't think it was called
Yeah.
Beat Saber.
I was
Yep,
a natural.
there it is.
You were a natural.
Hyping herself up.
If
Frankie,
we're
Frankie, you
the
gotta do Beat Saber to bachata.
I gotta do
I
Beat
wanna
Saber
do
to
El
Elvis Crespo
Sonido.
to some merengue.
But, I'll get a green screen second camera and I'll do reality videos for you guys.
Yeah.
They'll be on my OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Chooch, if I do that, you got to do Beat Saber to Gasolina by Daddy Yankee.
All right, I'll do it. Sounds good to me.
Oh man.
But look at this meme. It's just
It does look like a cat.
I get it.
I think it's supposed to be designed to be like a cat on your shelf.
Yo, that thing
It looks like Seto Kaiba, bro.
Yeah.
somebody's
Yugi.
You're a
Somebody's
third-rate
already
gamer
like
with fourth-rate skills.
like a Genjika design for it, like PS5 Chan, and like looted it, and
Oh,
she's
man.
beautiful. Love her.
3D, she a thought.
Frankie, it's called Beat Saber, not Beat
Look at this
Saber.
man. Look at this man.
Yo,
Look at
I
this
mean,
man.
like
Let
VR.
your head
out- get your mind out the gutter, Kai.
Let me let y'all
whatever
in.
you want to be.
Zero Kai is the master of his beat. He definitely has a rhythm in his soul.
Kai's the master beater.
He knows his stroke number essentially.
Yeah, it's 12.
Wow, dude, that's
Different
generous.
strokes. Different strokes.
You get 6 good fast ones and then 6
really
slow, horrible ones.
Mechanism is devolving into a big joke.
Holy cow.
Let's go back. Let's go back. What?
What happened?
I said, do people really count that? And he looks up really nonchalantly from his phone. He goes, people might. I don't.
Yes.
Ethan knows his number.
He doesn't. He don't need his number. All right.
A real
When it
man
happens,
don't-
it happens.
That's
A
fine.
real man don't tell his numbers.
Well, you don't even do a stroke. It's all 3-dimensional and everything. Fucking
X, Y, and Z axis. Let him know.
It goes from first gear to sixth gear, essentially. For all you guys who drive manual.
You
smack
grind
it around
third,
a
and then
little
you go
bit,
from.
just make sure the blood's flowing.
When did this become Trig?
You know why he's not telling his number? Because his number's mad high. That shit's at like 340.
It's over 9,000.
I'm exhausted.
I've got such calluses on my hands and my
By the end of it, he's got like friction burns and everything. He's like, oh man, I should have used the light lube.
That's just beat giving him rope burns.
All right. All right.
Oh,
All right.
fuck.
All right.
Bring
Yo,
it back. Bring
yo,
it back.
B, what are
You
you
know,
working on? What are you working
It
on, B?
wouldn't
You
be
got
mechanism unless I slipped in some conversation about my vagina or something.
Jesus Christ. All right, yo, B, what you working on, yo? What you working on? B, show us a
Hang out more
project.
often.
He's working on a good marriage, man.
Yeah. Happy marriage is what I'm working on.
Straight up.
It's been nice hanging out with Ethan tonight, and while he's not playing his video games, and I'm not playing with my
Yo, Ethan, what do you play for games, bro?
So
So B, I'm gonna ask you one more time. I'm gonna ask you
it
one more
looks
time,
so
B.
bad.
What are you working on, B?
Anyway,
Let's change
I'm
the
sorry.
subject.
I was just looking at how our house looks like an actual trap house right now. So
That's straight up. You know what? It's mad comfy. It's
Make
mad
some money.
comfy.
I
We
like
got
that.
a nice tit in here.
Yeah, what are you worried
It's just
about, dude?
Shitty
Get
walls.
that money. Get
We're gonna have
that
to say-
bag.
I'm gonna have to hit him with this.
I did move.
Oh snap!
oh
Did
yeah,
you
he
guys-
did mow the lawn, so at least the lawn's mowed.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that we're
I'll
actually
do it
just
again in
real
like 2
normal
months.
fucking
It
people
might be a
too?
week, dude.
What?
Raining. Anyway, we're working on home renovations. That's what I'm working on tonight.
Straight up.
What buy mecha decals? I don't know.
There you go.
Look at
I
that.
don't know.
I feel like you should get wallpaper that's in Animal Crossing.
Yo, really?
It
Seriously?
says buy mecha
Actually,
decals.
really nice.
No, like wallpaper you have in Animal
Some
Crossing.
Animal Crossing water
Oh.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Animal
Like a
Crossing.
DIY recipe leaf wallpaper.
Just a froggy chair pattern.
Froggy chair pattern.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Get it done. Get it done.
I'm gonna build a froggy chair, like a real froggy chair.
I don't even know what a
Oh
froggy
wait,
chair is.
we kind. I have
Can
friends.
somebody
Texas
if
dinging us again.
Go to
if
sleep.
anybody's-
Bro, you and that
Pull that
bell.
trunk out
Yo,
and
you and
sleep.
that bell, son.
Yo, Tex, go to sleep.
You need to fling that bell onto the river or something. Like,
if anybody's got a 3D
you're not
printer
gonna
and
do it,
has
I'm
the
gonna do it.
file, can someone 3D print me a froggy chair, please?
Here's your man's right here. That's your man's right
all
here.
over it. Give me. Let me find the file. We'll sort it out.
All right, it's gonna cost you about
Froggy chair. Froggy chair.
B, I will pay you a
$100
10 by 10 froggy
it'll
chair.
cost like $2,500 in just resin alone. It's gonna take about at
You
least
guys are all
70
too nice.
weeks to
Yo,
do.
anything about 1-to-1 scale?
It's gonna take
If,
yeah, 1-to-1
I don't know
scale.
if my butt
It take
could
about
fit in a
70
1-to-1
weeks.
scale froggy chair.
Yo, that's a fucking mood, bro. I don't know if my butt can fit in any fucking shit.
Bullfrog.
That's the thing about,
I always think
about
about
building
Oh,
scale it, guys. It's not that bad.
bitch, what?
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Was a good friend of mine.
Oh my
Bells and
God.
jet for Mechanique.
If he doesn't
Dig
build
it.
something,
Yo, can you go to sleep?
Get me out of here.
That conversation is
Go
oh,
to sleep.
Tech's the best.
Close your
You
eyes.
see that one?
Chat for Mechady, guys.
Close your eyes. Go to sleep.
Y'all need a fucking
Chooch, show him how you go to sleep. Show him how you go to sleep.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck! Here comes the bells.
What's so
God.
It's 8 p.m. in Texas world.
bells?
You guys follow her like a bunch of lemmings. What's wrong with you?
Budget Frankie. Holy fuck.
Hey, I want to have a conversation with you.
I'm gonna wait till you sleeping. I'm gonna punch you. Elbow drop.
Ethan kind of looked up and I was like, "Oh, you."
Julio, the thing about that is you don't
bell
actually have to
thing
drop
the
it because
other
she's
day,
already
and Ethan just
below.
went, I don't
you know,
care.
you just have to set it down.
I'm gonna be dropping 3 stories.
Sorry.
You just have no, you don't even have to. You just have to set it down. She's already short.
I don't care.
He's
He's
sleep belly.
Holy
She's
cow.
hitting that button as she's sleeping.
Whoa, one at a time, please. There's too many voices in my head.
You have no
That's just
idea.
the right
Yo,
confused.
Pabs, you have no idea what voices in your head is. I got
That's just
7
the
people
right
talking right now, and they're all me.
Shit, I don't want to be Frankie.
You fucked
You
up.
don't want to
Colin.
be me. You don't want to be me.
Yo, he's sitting there watching the show, looking at us, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna throw some bells on there," but you can't be on the show.
Show him how she sleep, Frankie.
Frankie in the cat.
Hey Frankie, I have a cat. Give me this.
Put him in a coffin.
Put Brian up. I believe he has a cat to show.
Oh,
Hi, little boots. What are you doing? Look at your tiny
Homegirl
nose.
Chewy. She's gonna be like,
I don't want it anymore.
Get me the fuck out of here! I can hear them. I can hear them.
no, she's cool. That's my best homegirl, Chewy.
Yeah.
She's taken a lot of the characteristics that my dog used to have
We
after
can't
he
hear
passed
him
away.
now.
She's actually kinda nice. She's my girl.
She's a cutie. She's a cutie.
yo, Chooch, hold the screen real quick. I'm gonna bring somebody.
Poppy.
Oh.
Julio, show him how she sleep.
Oh. Julio, you just mad because none of the bells are for him. Chooch listens to some Metallica. Bell tolls. Womp womp.
Hold up.
What?
I got it.
Guarantee Frankie is chasing that dog, that poor dog, right now, all over the house.
Dog's running hard.
Yo, for real, my fucking neighbor got 2
You guys want to
pit
see
bull
Jubilee?
puppies.
Yeah, let's show. Well, we can't switch. There you go.
Oh,
I
Frank.
told you. What'd I say?
Oh my god, I want it.
Yo,
She's got a "Can I speak to a
Look at
man"
her.
haircut.
that dog has the Backstreet Boy haircut. Look at that.
Yep.
No, she's got the Karen haircut. Like, yo, can I speak to your manager at Petco?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my cat.
Oh my god, everybody's bringing their animals. What the hell is that?
What is going on?
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh, it's Brian.
It's me playing for him the bell tolls. It's
What's
fun.
going
It
on?
worked good. It's
Cats-
like you kick right in when you put your little pups with the
camouflage.
awesome hair.
Now what? Now what?
Aw.
Aw,
Everybody's just bringing their animals out right now.
it's a
It's
jubilee.
animalism today. Oh, you know what?
I didn't
Animalism.
I didn't
It's the
I didn't
tiniest cat in
invoke
the
the cat. I
world.
didn't,
Aw.
I didn't chase
He's
the cat
so
down.
small
She just
compared
showed
to
up.
Bub.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
From the bell tolls.
He's
Yes,
only
Type Fury.
like-
It's your turn.
she's only like 6 pounds, and she's like 4 years old.
This is such a calm cat.
Yeah, that's a conky.
Dude, yeah,
Sweet
Chewie's like
girl. She
Chewie's
yells
like
though.
9. Chewie's 9.
Quadruply.
We speaking German now? What?
9.
No, my cat is like 9 years old. I think 9 or 10.
She's got a little
Yeah.
mean face. We love her so much. And she was born with either a birth defect or the people at the shelter said that she was abused. I don't believe that.
my
I think
God.
she had a ear infection that didn't heal right, so she's always kind of got a crooked head, and
Yep.
it's really cute. I wish you could see it. Oh, she is.
Oh, that's cool.
She's
That's
angry.
She's,
Put me down.
she's a bitch.
I'm about to pat you in the face if you show my head again.
She's not happy.
He's like, no more. I'm done.
Get that fucking camera off my face.
I got my. I
Cameras on
got
my
my
face
girl.
anymore. Start charging real quick.
I got my girl.
Oh, you got a cat too?
Her name is Dog Dog,
Doggy dog.
and
Did
she
you have
not
another
have.
one named Snoop by chance?
I have another cat. His name is Cat.
Oh,
None of these cats want to be on camera.
None of them.
it's like cat doggy dog.
She's big mad.
No, I'm done. All right, that's fine.
She doesn't like to be manhandled, but at the same time, she's small. What can she do?
Mhm.
Yo, real quick, Pabs has one of the cutest animals in the bunch.
Really?
Just saying.
I'll call, she's upstairs right now. Come get her. Mama has it right now. That's Mama.
Oh, that's your
Somebody
your
requested the pasta.
coworker,
The pasta
right, Pabs?
prince.
Yeah, that's my coworker. My partner in crime.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Been missing the shit out of my dog lately, guys.
Aw.
Build, all right, leave me alone and build. Here's a screw. Build.
Typically, she bugs me when I'm live streaming. I doesn't want to be on.
We actually started talking about.
Oh, and a key.
Wow, 21.
A 21-year-old kitty, yo, that cat's legal to drink, old enough to drink.
That's legit.
Cats get old, man.
I've got
What you
two
got?
good kitties in my presence right now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Okay.
What's that? What's that, Blair Witch?
This is Kiki.
Oh, okay.
Kiki Louise. She's the matriarch of this household, the glue.
Kiki
that holds-
Louise.
I thought you were gonna say
she
she's a
holds our
matrix.
family together. And
Oh, who's in there? Oh, your man.
Oh, the fluffy kid.
Big boy.
there he is.
Big boy. Look at him.
Hey, Frankie, do you mind popping me in the back of
Oh my god.
Yo, I
Frank-
know you were gonna keep that cat. I knew you were gonna keep that cat.
The bag.
Oh, look at the cuddles. Look at those cuddles. Such a good
And
boy.
this is my stripper pole.
Hey, oh shit.
They hang
Now
out.
the
in
show's
here.
spicing up.
They hang out in here and dance. It's
All right,
you
real
know
quick.
we all try to contribute
to
the
rent
household.
the room
So,
with which you
This
have
is where
your
I
home.
watch myself fall on the
Be-
ground.
If you were in the city here in New
So,
York
yeah.
and you rented the room with which you have
It's
your
pretty cool.
folder, that's a
I'm very sore
$2,400.
because I did a little workout yesterday.
She can't hear you, Brian. She can't hear you,
It's
Brian.
It's a
I can't hear
$2,400 room. You're right. That's that in New York City. That room would cost you
This is
$2,400 a month.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
No fucking lie.
Uh,
Look at that handsome kid.
He's like, no. No.
I can only hear like one person, so
Who can you hear?
unless you guys are all like
Hold on.
I can't hear you.
Hold up. We got a fight. We got a fight
I'm
going
glad
on
that
right
you can't hear me.
now. Yo, Chooch.
Hi.
Oh,
No.
you talking?
Hey,
You talking that shit? And now you gonna come ring your bell?
wait a minute. Is that actually text or is that like deep fake someone else?
Yo, I was gonna say that.
a lot tanner than usual.
Yeah. You look different. Where are you? Are you at home or are you in a different spot?
I'm in a different
Looks
spot. I'm
sweaty.
hanging out with my Detroit 313 fam right now, actually.
Look at that.
I was
Bell's in the chat.
Fucking ring the bell too, you son of a bitch.
Oh no, the man who was complaining about my bell being rung earlier, who has never rung a bell in at least 9 weeks.
I can't hear what anybody's saying, so I think I'm gonna go.
I'll be
Beautiful timing.
Thanks for the levity, B. Yo, 9 weeks is a
Anyway.
long
Thanks
time.
for stopping
I
by,
don't want to
B.
think about fucking bells.
Okay, Julio, you need to get used to it because you're gonna have a new neighbor.
Bye bye.
Yo, I'm
You gonna
moving.
hear that shit?
I'm
Bye,
moving.
Ethan. Bye,
Bye,
B.
Ethan. Bye,
Bye.
babe.
Love you.
Tex is mad. I could see it in her eyes, but I cannot hear
It's
anything
because
she's
my
saying
forehead
right
was
now.
so big.
All
That's
she's
why,
doing is
you know, I'm
yelling.
mad.
Blah blah blah. White claw. White claw.
What are you
Love you
talking
so
about?
much.
Blah, 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 White Claw, White Claw. Yo, Ethan got you pegged. Pegged.
Wild guess.
That's the first stop I'm making. Okay.
She's pointing and she's insulting, but we still can't hear her. God damn, she's cute though.
She said that's the first stop she's making.
First
Ethan's
stop.
gonna die.
Going south. Blah, blah, blah. White Claw, White Claw.
Okay, I gotta go. I love y'all.
It's
Bye,
only
babe.
11 o'clock there. How are you so fucking stupid?
I started at 2.
In my defense, I started at 1.
Oh God.
I never stopped.
Did you bring the
But
bell?
I haven't been working at it like it's my job. I've been painting. So.
Yeah.
Ethan is gonna die.
Oh, god damn it. Really? Really?
Oh, no.
It's just haunting me.
Written and directed by Tex. Yo,
I know
hell.
this is whiskey, this isn't tea, but I'm sipping it all the same.
I'm gonna just start drinking from the bottle. Fuck. Oh Lord.
Can somebody put a link to that in the chat?
Oh yeah, I think Bill can do it. If Bill has it.
Yeah, Bill,
Hey,
go
Bill.
ahead and throw the link in the chat, man.
So has there been any meaningful DMC? Have you
No, we're
had
about
one?
to get into
We haven't
that.
started yet. Dude,
No.
we got some.
We have
We're
we
doing
have-
the introductions.
We've had
We
5
have got-
people, and it's
we have
been an
got
hour
some-
of introductions.
We have got some very DMC this
Some
evening.
very, very good ones.
And where is it? Let's hear one, please, while I'm still here.
I feel like I'm getting bossed around, like
She had to come on to steer the show.
micromanaged. Like I'm
Everybody got
being
their
like,
cats.
Honey, this is what I can do from my phone. Imagine if I was at my desk. Try again.
with bells and shit.
Fucking dinging every goddamn minute. That's what
Pull
you
Jay
got.
back in.
I was at my desk with all
I
the
would
bells
have
and
said
Put Jay back
if
in.
I have to ding, there's a problem. Now you
Put
know.
Jay back in.
Put Jay back in.
I'm at my desk with
I
all
have
the
a
bells and
special
whistles.
guest.
There you go.
Jay's camera is on point, and she's not going to fight with me today.
Yeah,
Why
actually,
would
the other
anyone
one, the other
fight
one.
with
Oh,
you
no.
for any reason?
Oh, that's a good girl.
Big boy. Oh, that's your big boy.
That's a
Okay,
girl.
but also it's a DMC. Let's get some of it going. Don't make me go into my
Yeah,
reservoir and
first
get some out. Let's go.
Oh,
First question.
all right. First
Go.
question.
Had to
Jesus.
steer the fucking show from
I
Detroit.
feel like somebody's just hitting me in the back with a paddle, bro. Fuck, like, come
Who
on.
said first
Hurry
question?
up.
Keep going. Come on.
Yeah,
What
it says soul pole on it. It has like 3 holes drilled in it.
so?
Oh, shit.
Here's the first question. We're
Hold
gonna
on,
get
real
into the
quick,
DMC.
Fuda Bay with a super chat.
Yeah. You know how I know that Fuda Bay always blind? Anyway, next.
Damn.
And she's out. I'm either getting roasted by somebody or getting roasted by Let's go into the DMCs today. The first
Yeah,
question.
let's do it. Here
First
we go.
question.
Yeah, well, we're an hour and 15 into this menagerie.
First question.
Not at me.
What is your favorite build hack? A trick or technique you implemented on most of your builds?
Hack? Build hack?
Build hack. Maybe a technique.
Something
Implement something.
that you use every day now that you realize you could not live without.
Nobody can see your nub marks if you do weird paint designs.
That's a good one, man.
Shit.
That's a good one.
Let's go with Brian. Brian, what's your favorite build hack or technique you implement on most of your builds?
On the regular?
Aside from Kodo kits, yeah.
She's got to dig it in.
Bing, bing.
Build hack.
I don't think it's
For nothing.
Don't think a hack.
Think
think a
about that.
technique.
It's not necessarily like a hack per
Yeah.
se, but something that a technique that I regularly employ is I often extend my model kits by slicing a joint at a common spot or a limb, we'll say, at a common spot, and then extending that with plow plate,
Gattaca.
like a sandwich. So that is something that I regularly employ when it comes to my builds, regardless of what the build is. I don't know about hacks. It's not necessarily a hack, but I don't.
No,
I don't
that
think
was
anything is a
probably just a trigger word by the author.
That doesn't trigger me anyhow. But yeah, so like a technique that I use on the regular is definitely that. Like I use it on just about everything because I feel like I like to adjust the proportions. I want to put my own aspect on this model kit, this thing that we're building for fun. So.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
That works.
Actually, there's no wrong answer. That's why it's a DMC.
Exactly.
Open-ended. There's nothing wrong with
It's not a wrong answer. That was just my cue to be like, Frankie, get me off the main screen.
I'm sorry, what? Tapfley.
Hi. I don't have any hacking or techniquing.
All right, next. No, I'm kidding.
I can think of off the top of my head. The only thing I can really think of is I do pretty well at masking because I do a lot of color variations. With that, toothpicks are a huge help for me, especially when I'm needing to cut a very complicated shape out on the piece, like for anything rounded or whatever. I use toothpicks to score and then cut and all that stuff. I also do the mini square.
You have exacto knives, right? Like you don't have to use toothpicks.
No, I mean you can use other stuff, but I like to use toothpicks. I don't know.
See, I'm here keeping my mouth shut so Pabs can talk and Tex just chimes in like a bell.
I also use the small squares technique where you make very small, a bunch of small masking tape squares, and then you fill up that piece very slowly. It just depends on the piece, really. So it's not a hack. That's a technique. So that's what I do.
I think the word hack is synonymous with technique at this point. It's just something that helps you get by or like helps you enhance whatever it is that you're working on.
Oh, enhance. I like to I like to apply a gloss coat after every layer of paint, so that
Is it because you can't afford a flat coat? Like, what's the fucking problem?
No.
It helps.
Right.
It helps. It helps protect.
Christ, she's out for blood tonight.
You made me come on the show. Fuck you.
So what's nice about having a gloss coat after every layer is for one, it protects every layer whenever you're masking. I'm quite impatient, so I don't wait for the paint to dry or cure completely. So usually, like lacquer paint dries within 10 minutes or so.
We know that from when you're building up anything with putty, because you'll wait 2 hours tops and start chipping away at it before waiting it to fully cure.
Yeah, so with a gloss coat, it helps. It just lets me build a lot faster. So it'll let me mask things off without worrying too much about the paint layer.
Are you okay with that? Do you feel like it's an exemplary example of your work with your Sinanju? I know you said that it was a lazy attempt at a reverse wash. With that,
I don't know.
Before
we roast Pabs about his slight inaccuracies on his paint job. One thing I want to say about adding gloss paint between your various layers, between your coats, depending on the opacity of the layer that you're adding, if you make it slightly transparent, what you end up doing is you end up building depth. It's a technique that they use in oil painting. I talked about this earlier this week. I think on my Tuesday show I talked about it, where the way that oil paint works is it's like a pigment that is suspended within a solution, which has a certain density, and it dries to a certain thickness.
It exists in a very specific layer where it's allowed to exist because of its density.
Exactly, and then like the reaction of light through those various layers does different things to what your eyes see, and it allows you to see different depths and different cool things. So adding a clear coat, like Pabs is saying, that gloss clear coat between your layers can help you add that kind of depth. If you want something that's more luminous, like without having to add like extra crazy paints to it, then you can get that effect. That's all I was on to say.
Fucking
nerd. No, I understand, but on the flip side, Brian, if it's not one of us or you and I, how do they distinguish that? How do they not understand that it's not a shortcut, but it's actually an aesthetic and practicing approach?
So,
I don't even think about it.
Christ, that Uncle Luke also. Why would you do that? Jeez.
But I get what you're saying. Like I wouldn't.
I don't mean it like I don't mean it like a shortcut. I'm
Yeah,
saying
no. I get what you're saying. Like I just, for me, it's just like I mean, all the stuff that I'm fucking old, so like I've learned a lot of stuff already. So like it just like
you're
all
old, you're experienced.
yeah. Do the things. I read a lot of books. Read books.
If you guys want
But,
to see a good
It's a
example
lot
of
about it's a lot about exposure and experimenting and just
Absolutely.
and enhancing and
Ruining a lot of stuff.
experiencing personally. Yeah.
if you
Or,
guys
like-
want to see a good example of
Well, ruining is a weird word to say, but
Not ruining. It's peel. It's the removing of what is it? The pulling the wool off of the eyes.
yeah, exactly. You have to try things and like make crazy assumptions and follow them and fail, and that's the best thing I can advise.
if you guys want to see a good example of what Brian talking about, like an artist called Mark Roscoe,
Sounds familiar.
Roscoe. Yes.
Roscoe, who does the thin oil paints, and then sometimes he like put a layer of gloss in between.
Mm-hmm.
But like he thin down the oil paint so that pigment was very translucent.
Yes. Yeah, it does amazing things, especially when it interacts with light. So, and then the weird thing about these, like the old paintings, and that when they're devoid of light, so you store a painting, you wrap it up, you protect it from the environment, you protect it from all the shit.
Right. You're dipping into like the art theory.
Yeah, I'm
aspect
an
that
artist. What am I supposed to
not a
do?
lot of people have a lot of access to in this hobby, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just trying to.
No, you're good. So all I was saying was like what happens to those paintings, which is really kind of bizarre, is that they actually lose their luster. And what you have to do is you have to bring them back into light. So it's not necessarily a good thing to hide your work from like light per se. Like people worry about the degradation of their paint and then like, fading and like other things like that. Obviously you want to hide it from direct UV rays like the sun and stuff like that, because it's going to break down the plastic and a bunch of other things. But in regards to like opacity and then like the techniques that I've been discussing with the layering of the clear paints and all that, or the clear coats between the paints and the translucency, like adding light to that actually makes the model more vibrant, which is a weird concept, but it's like old school painting.
No, it's not even old school. It's just something you should consider, even if now and today, when people are considering to use future, pledge, whatever, when they're trying to conceal anything, do a top coat, whatever, use that as a substitute, knowing that there is
about people using
future.
I worry about people using future.
So
I hate it. I mean, I'm not an advocate of it.
No, I've done it, and I have a big ass bottle of it, but I don't use it.
No, I used it once for a jet, and now I'm waiting for the opportunity to use it for my floor.
I use it for one flight type Pure Dogget, and now I'm looking for opportunities to use it for my floor. So, same thing, dude. Yeah, dude.
So
I derailed everything with painting theory and shit. I apologize.
You're good.
No, like I said, it's an art theory thing. It's a definite level that some people are not obviously aware of.
Yeah, it's stuff I study, because I really love it. I mean, I went to school for that shit too, but also I really love it, so I continue to study it. So, and I'm sure all of these guys do also study.
Would not be talking about it if you're not passionate about it. I understand.
Yeah, I'm crazy. So, sorry.
We all are to a degree.
So since I paint a lot,
I love you. I want to go drink. Bye.
Bye. So since my day-to-day building activities tend to be painting, I tend to go with a few things. A strong primer. I kind of go over my models.
Define strong.
I mean, I know I'm using a primer you guys don't like. I'm using the Vallejo Mecha primer. But like, I do like 2 priming coats. Cause I found that, for me at least, for what I do with my paintings, it kind of holds better and it kind of doesn't chip as much. And then you got the thin down your paints. Thin. Unless you're going for that thick consistency, but most people aren't. Get rid of those nubs. Even if you paint it, you can still see it.
Facts.
I don't have very much other tips to give, considering 2/3 of my building days have been horrors. It's really, just sand everything down. Get rid of those nubs. Have fun. Don't like, my big tip here is have fun. Don't get too stressed out over what you're building, or if somebody builds it better.
Straight up, don't sweat the small stuff. Enjoy
Don't
the
sweat
build.
small things.
Yeah, right. Enjoy the build, right?
I would say Tim's favorite line, but I don't want to get smacked.
Do it. Say it.
I'm not falling into that trap, Frankie. I had a bad enough Regal battle with you over that one. But yeah, no, just I kind of got a message from somebody, and they're like, "I'm really jealous of how you paint those haros," and I'm like, "Really? It can be done by anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It practice, I have my first 5 haros, and they're all crap. And practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no such thing as perfect.
Crap is subjective, dude.
Yeah, crap is totally subjective.
Yeah.
Don't even. I mean, I understand what you're saying. As an artist, as a creative, and looking at your progression as a creative person.
I don't want to mean crap is a bad thing.
Sure.
I shouldn't say crap. I should say beginner.
There you go.
Because I just have and but yeah, you see this from time to time where, or at least I notice, when beginners ask people for their tips. And I've done this. I've started my Gunpla battle about 2 years ago. Remember just asking around, what are your tips? What do you do? And then I found out a bunch of people do it differently. I got different answers from anyone.
Just about everybody does, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so really, what our defined tip is just something that you find comfortable. Your day-to-day routine is just something you need to find comfortable doing.
It's out in the open.
That's all I got.
It's out in the open. You gotta say it now. Jay. Someone say it.
I can't say it. I want Tim to commission me again.
Whatever you want it to be.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Gunpla is liberation.
So my hack is super glue. Super glue is an amazing tool for any builder's arsenal.
What's up? Explaino.
When you start getting into the world of modifications, you need a good adhesive.
Say it slowly now.
Adhesive. And when you put things together...
Why are you shouting, bro?
I'm his hype man right now. Hold up. When you put things together, let them know. When you
put things together, you need it to stay in place.
Facts.
You gotta stay there. If it doesn't stay, you're not doing the job.
Not doing nothing.
So you get yourself a good CA glue.
Number 1.
I like the Bob Smith.
Best one.
I like Zapagap.
Bob Smith.
You mean this one?
Bob Smith.
How many viscosities does the Bob Smith come in?
It comes in 25 viscosities.
Can't even spell.
Are you
viscosity.
serious, Pabs, or are you just talking shit?
No, I think it's 3. Comes in 3.
Okay, good. That's normal. That's good.
Yeah. And you got
3 viscosities and 5 flavors.
Yeah, they all taste like
apple
heaven.
and strawberry.
Please do not eat super glue.
Please, don't put it in your mouth.
No, because you get
Speaking of putting it in your mouth,
stuff.
Wild Freddy has a pig.
So you have the super thin stuff that flows really, really smoothly. You got the medium stuff, which does a little bit of both, and then you got the thick, which is a gap filler.
The thicky thick is also good for control. To get it where you want it. You don't want it over there, it's gonna stay there. But for real, super glue, it's fantastic. It fills gaps, everything. It's good.
Straight up.
Get yourself some super glue. That's
Yeah,
a
regardless of the brand.
good hack. Yeah.
Freddie found the keys. We're in trouble. What's up, guys?
We'll
Hello.
make the pretty out again.
Tabs, I like that shirt.
Thank you. And also, why would you put me on screen with Meg and Freddie being talked about?
He did it on purpose. He did it
I
on purpose.
honestly, I'm so sorry. I didn't even notice. Go ahead and continue.
Perhaps because it reminds me of the camouflage on the Breagle. Gotta say it.
Yeah, thank you. So it's all nice.
Are
And
both birds of paradise?
no, they're just. I think they're flowers.
That's the name of a flower, you think?
They're not actually birds, stupid.
There is a bird called a bird of paradise.
I have no idea. I'm just fucking.
Oh, Freddie.
John Lynn knows for sure.
Couldn't escape that elevator fast enough, Freddie.
Oh my god. How's your wife doing?
Rip Tabs. F in the cat, everyone.
My God.
Shit.
Fuck.
All right.
Anyway, another tip. Wait, no, let's move on to the next question because I'm done with tips.
Yeah, no more tips.
No more tips.
Yeah, I really don't got any tips.
I got the tip.
Oh boy.
What are you eating over there?
What are you
Seaweed?
talking about, Jay? That's
Oh,
seaweed.
yeah?
That's seaweed.
Oh yeah, sea crunchies. Oh, give me the sea crunchies.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. I like them sea crunchies.
Oh, yeah?
I fucking love
Well
it,
done.
Chloe Craigs. I love it.
I'm done.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, was Handren out there in the chat? I don't know if
Yes.
Handren's out there or not, but yo, I just saw your shit on. You posted like about an hour ago on Insta. Good tip.
Good tip.
Yeah, he's talking about the Gorilla like clear. Like,
Oh yes, yes.
stick tape. Yeah, with the
Mhm.
sanding. Yeah, for making a sanding block. Smart.
Yeah, it works. Try to get the ones that are very thin. The thicker stuff tends to give it more of a sanding sponge effect. So it has a little more give if you use the thicker stuff. So look for the thinner stuff. That usually works a lot better.
Right, because you're getting less give, right? So there's less flex. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get a flatter cut.
Right.
All right,
Straight
let's go to the next question.
Next
I
one.
got a good one. When faced with a hiccup or problem with a build, are you more prone to step back and assess or power through?
Nah, throw that shit on the wall and I'm done. No, so for real, every single build I've ever made has had a hiccup at one point, or has had something go wrong, or something has not gone the way I planned it to. So for
I
example,
don't think there's such thing as a perfect build. To be honest, there's something like
No,
a step in the road, like a rock in the
I don't
road.
know,
or something.
Frankie, have you seen the flea?
Have you seen the Brigo?
Oh, this
I'm joking.
So, for example, like the Extreme Squad Barbatos has had like pieces missing from stuff just falling into the void of the carpet. The Simpro High New that I did a couple of years ago, the gloss coat that I had used reacted very poorly with the flat coat I had used. So at the very last step, it ate the undercoat and things just kind of cracked and that was not fun. I've broken at least one piece on every single build. This wound wart is not an exception. Something has broken at least once. Every build has had a minor hiccup or major hiccup in some points. It's for me, I think if I don't do something wrong, it just means I'm not doing
You're
what I
not
need to
paying
do.
attention, right?
Yeah, like it's
If you haven't noticed that something is wrong, that's a warning sign to me.
yeah, it's like
Just
become
because
part-
you make a mistake, it doesn't mean you're not paying attention. It just sometimes shit happens.
yeah, it's a part at this point. It's part of the process, right? I mean, you snap something, you break something, or whatever. If you are able to fix it, there's no better feeling in the world. Like you've fixed something that you previously may have thought that it was not fixable. So it gives you that sense of both accomplishment and pride that you've been able to not only get over that hiccup, but now you know how to fix it for the next time.
I'd like to quote a man, a very good man, by the name of Bob Ross. That says there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents.
True.
He is not a man. He is an entity. He is a god.
Deity. Yeah, deity.
Just
There we go.
hiccups aren't the world endingness that I see a lot of like new builders who they're like, I made a mistake, it's terrible. And I'm like, no. You had a small hiccup. It's a learning experience. That learning experience gonna help you get to the next level.
Exactly.
You can progress without making a mistake.
Exactly.
The master had failed more than the student had tried.
Exactly.
So when I hit a hiccup, I get mad, of course. Like everybody, you get mad. Like, I didn't do this right. Put it aside. When I was building my wing, I primed it with a Tamiya white can primer, and it did not sit right. So I put it aside, let it sit for a couple weeks, and when I came back, I was more ready to get it right. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna do you a good justice. Panel line is Miles. Give him a friend too. A little panel with inside a panel. But yeah, you gotta. I mean, you put it aside. It depends on the trouble and your deadline. Like if it's a competition piece, I'm gonna keep hacking at it. If I mess up, I'm just gonna try to fix it, keep it going. But if it's like something personal, I'll put it to the side and wait till I'm in the right mindset to go at it.
Yeah. Also, you guys have to remember a lot of my work are commissions. So anytime I mess up or something, it's I have to treat it like it's a big deal.
Yeah,
because,
I feel that.
That's not something that I can go, oh yeah, that's a mistake. I made a happy little accident. That's not what the customer asked for.
Mm-hmm.
So, or the client asked for. So it's I treat it differently. But if it's a personal build, fuck it. Well.
Yeah, take your time. Come at it at a different angle.
Yeah. Okay. Take
See, I was just doing that. I was going to me because I'm going to say something.
Go for it, Frankie.
I'm saying it's when it comes to happy mistakes, I guess making a mistake, learning honestly it's all a learning experience for me, and then it gives me the confidence for next time. You know what I mean? It's like I hit the speed bump now. It's like driving down a road, right? You're driving down a road. It's the first time you're driving on the road, and you're like, oh god, this is pretty nice, whatever. And then you hit a speed bump, and that speed bump just messed up like your lower control arm or something, right? Let's just say, or a pothole, right? Now it's time to fix the car. Keep driving. So now when I come back to that road, I'm just like, oh shit, that's the spot. That's the spot that fucked up my car. Swerve, boom. That's how I see it. And honestly, I think a lot of the fear in making mistakes is how other people are going to judge your mistakes or judge you, and the criticism of it. And I just think that's something people just don't need to worry about. If you post something and it's like, oh, this is my first time painting, and somebody comes to you and says, hey, like, this is what you should have done and da-da-da. I mean, they're telling you this because you said this is your first time painting, right? Or something. But just accept that criticism and don't be afraid of it, because if you're afraid of it, you're never gonna grow. If you're gonna push back that criticism or not show your mistakes, you're not gonna grow. I mean, that's how I see it. But learn it, power through it. You know what I mean? Go for it. Fucking.
So, can I have a second?
Yeah.
You can have 3.
1.
Give me more than 3. So
3.
Talking about Frankie's speaking about course correction in regards to learning about the mistakes that you've made in process. So doing something you fuck up, like say you're driving on that road, you hit that pothole, you fuck up the arm, you throw a whatever. You want to avoid that next time, which is one thing. But at the same time, mistakes are they'll always happen no matter what. I'm fuck up constantly, right? But the difference is how you deal with that mistake when it happens. So don't be defeated by a little mistake that happens. So if you overcut a nub and you make a little divot in the surface of the part or whatever, don't worry about it. Just change it a little bit. Try and work on sanding that down a little bit. Try and work on modifying that to correct the mistake, because it's not really a mistake. It's just the way things happen. And then dealing with those things and coming to easier and quicker solutions to maybe a better result. I mean, it's all subjective, really. So coming to something that you're happy with, really finding that your piece with the project is like the success. And so really mistakes don't really happen, right? And that's going to sound kind of stupid and existential, but at the same time, it's true, because anything that you can correct, anything that you can fix is not a mistake. So I talk to my wife all the time, and she tells me that I'm arrogant as fuck, right? She says that I say that I never fuck up and that I never make a mistake. And then I say, oh, this guy did this or that guy did that or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm like, you know what? You're right, because I only see my outside view. When I am dealing with something that I've done, I fuck up all the fucking time. But I always correct my fuck ups to try and get to that ultimate end. Is it always successful? Yes, no, that's subjective at the same time.
Right,
But
there are very few people who have the right to be arrogant. I feel like you're one of those people.
I guess I don't know. I don't want to come across as arrogant, because we're all just people learning to do this stuff, right? I learn things every day.
I'm arrogant as fuck.
Doing this stuff. Well, no, it's fine.
I'm just messing with you guys.
You're confident in your skill, as I am confident in my own skill. I'm confident in my work. I'm confident in the information that I'm giving to someone else. I'm not going to give you something that I don't trust. If I'm not going to do the thing that I tell you, then I won't tell you, because that's bullshit. If someone is telling you something that they don't believe in completely, then that's garbage. That's terrible, and that's horrible. Like, how can you be a teacher? How can you be an educator? And like, I mean, I'm a teacher or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, how can you try to like share that information without having confidence in it? Like,
True. Like, I feel like any kind of advice I dole out, if anybody has any questions, if I can't give you I feel like the answer that I'm confident in giving, I won't give it to you. I'll direct you to somebody who knows. Like, I can't
straight up. Me too, man.
No, I can't do that. Like, that is not only a what's the word for it?
It's like failing the builder.
Yeah,
It's
a failure of trust almost, because like I'm giving you advice that I've never done before. That sounds ridiculous. Like, no.
No shit.
Imagine telling someone to Google it.
It's sometimes
people do that.
You can.
Developers do that. Just saying.
It's fucked up, but yeah, you can. I mean, you can do that. But,
I mean, yeah.
I guess if you don't know anybody that you can direct this person to, I guess Google would be your next best choice. But if you have those resources, if you know somebody who's done it, if you know somebody who's either done it, worked on it, or is working on it, or whatever, guide them to that person.
Yeah, what's not?
So,
I mean,
like, when I was learning how to do my marble technique for my Haros, I went to this person who did a marbling technique, and I asked him, and he go like, Google it.
Yeah.
So I ended up trying to figure it out on my own.
Came out good.
And
Came out nice,
on that
actually.
note, I do have to bounce.
Oh,
John Lennon, God.
Jay, we should also talk about marbling, because I know a lot about marbling. I've been doing it for a long time.
I'll send you the photos of a blue marble one that I did, just to.
Yeah.
actually,
No,
no,
I learned a long time ago about how to do marble. I actually taught a class in high school about it, because my art teacher thought that I did such a good job, and that's my humble brag. So
I'm fine with it. I'm down with
to spit rhymes, dude. I want to spit rhymes and they'll talk to you about this, because it's such a cool.
We need to do a hangout.
Yeah.
We need just.
There you go.
Straight
But
up.
to wrap it up real quick, you can find me Creeping Furry for You on Instagram, Creeping for You 2 on YouTube. I am back to my partially normal live stream schedule.
Sweet.
You can find me Sunday at 10 p.m. 10:30 Eastern on YouTube,
Sweet.
where I'll probably have a gaggle of these guys.
The gaggle of these knuckleheads.
They're knuckleheads, but I love them. But
what? I'm all what?
You're a knucklehead, Pat.
You're a knucklehead.
Pab's in my Russian, dude. I can't even fight that.
Like the resin.
He's
You
the
can
resin
find me at
quad.
JP Whipprick and more. We're currently running a stream of Pride-themed Haros.
Hey.
Go get yourself one.
JP Whipprick and more.
Mhm.
BigCartel.com.
Oh shit!
So yeah, wrapping up with my usual advice: don't get attacked by a bear. Don't encounter a bobcat.
Straight
And
up.
thanks for coming to the 39th episode. 39th?
39.
39th episode of Mechanism. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate having you.
I appreciate
Thanks
having
for coming by. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. Have a great
Bye,
night.
Jay.
Bye.
Yo, fortunately enough, Gunpla is freedom, so it's not a mistake unless you think it is.
He said it. He said it.
Actually, it's true.
He said it.
That is a true thing.
I'm gonna counter that real quick. Art technically is freedom.
Yeah,
True.
it's freedom.
Art is freedom.
Mhm.
It is your expression of whatever it is you want to fucking feel like expressing.
Yeah.
True.
And I feel like even though there are technically plastic models and all that stuff, it is your expression of how you see this thing standing in front of you is going to be.
Yes, sir.
So treat it as such. Don't use that line as a form of laziness. Treat it as a form of expression.
Yo, straight the fuck up, Pebs.
Be proud of what you make.
That's the. I mean,
You see this man right here? You see this man right here? Dropping straight knowledge. Look
Knowledge.
Look at him. Knowledge.
Arrogant as fuck.
Bet you got 2 Lamborghinis in your garage full of books and stuff.
No, I got
yeah,
Audi,
you got a
though.
garage full of books. Got a book garage.
Got an Audi though, so
That's
All right.
True story.
We got a very interesting question.
Oh.
Very interesting question. It's short, sweet, but it's
Drop
gonna be nice. What is your take on the new MG EX, the MGX?
there's literally 0 takes. It is a trademark with a logo, and that's it.
Yeah,
But
right?
there's also another question. So I'm gonna go ahead and
You're
put
gonna
2 together. I'm
walk
gonna
along?
fuse them real quick. What do you really think about this new MGX? Do you think it's gonna be like a master grade size that's real grade? So 2 questions in one.
Real quick.
Since you spoke first,
Oh, Pabby?
Oh, me?
since you opened your fucking pie hole first,
All right,
Yeah.
bro. Damn. I think any kind of variation of a line is a good thing. Honestly, I mean, there is you literally have nothing to lose. If you don't like the line, don't buy the line. Like I think it's great. Like I feel like the same kind of almost backlash. Like I want to quote that, but like the backlash that real grades had when it was announced. Like, what the fuck is a real grade? I don't want a fucking real grade. But I think the fact that Bandai still has the what's the word? What's a good word for it? Confidence. The confidence in the master grade line that they can expand it further to something else, I think is a good sign, because I mean, for a good amount of time they were scaling down releases of master grades a lot. So
Those RE100s.
right. So the fact that they are now expanding it further, I mean, and who knows what this is going to be? I mean, this could be pretty much anything you guys want, and I'm not going to speculate on anything because I don't want to give anybody hope. But the things that you ask for might be in this line, and you guys might not like it at the moment because it's another thing I have to buy. But at the same time, I know for a fact that most of you guys are pretty excited about it. So have at you.
have at you.
Have at me.
How about you?
Straight up, I think that everybody likes new shit, right?
Yeah, I like
The idea
this.
of like an EX, like master grade. I love master grades. Like I mostly just build master grades.
Shut up.
I like that. I like that
Master grade
actually.
inside of curly fries and Ash Dr Pepper. Make that shit a Barks root beer, and I am sold, my friend.
Tomorrow I'm gonna go get one.
Yeah,
Tomorrow I'm gonna go to Jack in the Box just for fucking Carl, bro.
Brian,
Just for Carl.
I'm gonna counter what you're saying that people are excited about stuff. It seems like a lot of people tend to complain about new things. Like a lot, I've seen a lot of
Maybe it's
negativity
because
about.
people are afraid of change, and they're
Well,
afraid of
that's
change.
just
It's not even changed though. It's just a new line
Yeah, it's
that
like,
will neither affect the
current
livelihood
line.
or the current lines. So
it
it's
won't
like
affect the current lines, and it's going to be something new that people might want.
Yeah, it's just like
my hope is
for COD. It's for COD. You got it's another.
it is like that's my hope as well, that it's something along those lines where it's just like master grade like plus, as
Yeah.
opposed to going all the way up to PG, right? Just like master grade plus, right?
Imagine it's a new scale.
It's like master grade series
No,
X.
I mean it's still going to be master grade. It's still going to be 1/100s, but
It'll be like 1/180.
well,
So
see,
I mean,
that-
It's
One-
not just
169.
master grade
that's
series
giving.
X. It's going to be better than like Master Grade 5, clearly. So Master Grade Series X is going to be just like the way that it is the wave of the future. Because Master Grade is like Master Grade 5 is just like looks like a router ultimately. So that was for Pabs. That was just for Pabs.
I like it
because I love you, Pabby, and I know you're dedicated to your machine. But
I personally don't think it's replacing version Katoki models. Like I don't like because that is a very specific line.
Yeah.
It's a very popular line in Japan, and you have to remember that Bandai is marketing this not to a worldwide audience. It's focusing solely on Japan. Anytime they release something new, it's always hey Japanese guys, check it out.
You like
So,
this?
Yeah, so it's like anything. So like it's all for that market, and then anything that kind of trickles out of that and into our side of the world, then that's kind of
You get the drips and the drops.
Yeah, it's inconsequential to them because that's not what their focus is on. I mean, think about how long it took P Bandai to finally be available outside of Asian markets. It's not none of what Bandai does for all of their new stuff is for us. It's all for the Japanese market or Asian market. Everything.
From JDM.
Yeah.
So I honestly think it's just something you're gonna put in your backlog. So don't even fucking worry about it.
It's a new logo on the box.
It's a new box. It's gonna sit in the closet for that long. So.
The Bandai color is gonna be green now. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I know. I said I wasn't gonna speculate on stuff, but Angel is kind of giving me a little bit of hope. Can you imagine like a master grade sized white Angel, like?
Wait, what?
Or a MGEX 1/100 scale Ptolemaeos?
Oh, I want a Nebuchadnezzar.
A Nebuchadnezzar. I think it'd be cool. I mean, it could also just be master grade extra
missiles,
guns, rubber band missiles.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Take me back to the early '80s, my man. Oh.
I think it's just something extra. I don't think it's like a brand new line or anything. So maybe
with LEDs.
Yeah, I'm thinking like unicorn LEDs in the master grade with a little bit more detail and stuff. Because I mean, the unicorn for me, RG. Yeah. No, I think that was just a fucking statue, wasn't it?
Yeah, the light up versions are basically statues of the RG.
Yeah. It was something else. All right, that was good. Next question.
Big Zam.
Mobile armors. Jay Santos, I got you with your Psycho Gundam mobile armor bullshit.
This one's for shits and giggles. When do the pubs reopen in UK? I'm bored. I don't think any. Maybe Pabs might know. Pabs
tomorrow.
I mean, fuck knows, man. I'm in the US. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know honestly, and I think it's a good idea that pubs are closed. Pubs have always been a cesspool of.
Right. Yeah. I know this one.
So yeah, it's a cesspool of things that should not be inside a building, essentially. So it's a good thing that they're closed. First of all, secondly, you guys can drink at home. So just
that one's a good one. Yeah, one of the pubs is gonna open in the UK because the home is bored.
The beef broth.
Man. We're all bored.
I miss.
I love my wife. I love seeing her. She's just right there. She's playing Stardew Valley or something along those lines.
Beautiful game.
Yeah, exactly, right. And we have a good time. We go out in the soup and we read, but at the same time, like we enjoy doing other things than hanging out with just each other.
Right.
All the time. So
yeah, I do miss a good Sunday pub lunch. Oh
no,
dude, right?
Oh goodness.
Steak and eggs.
Straight up, give me some sloppy eggs and a medium rare steak.
Some big battered fish and chips.
Oh man.
With some fish and chips, man. Oh, we got a spot, man. We're gonna hit it up down the street.
I miss a decent plate of fish and chips, like just wrapped in newspaper, like a little bit of malt vinegar on the chips.
That's OG shit. That's OG shit.
Boy, I used to get that every day after school. I was a fat kid.
I still am bad.
I'm working on being a fat kid.
That was beautiful. Yeah. Okay, continue.
All right. So this one's for you, Pabs. Ask Pabs if the Xbox One X has the RTX capability.
I know exactly who fucking put this question on. This motherfucker right here. So no, Xbox One X does not have RTX. No RTX whatsoever. There's no ray tracing coming from any console up until the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One Series X. Xbox Series X, yeah.
All right.
The
So let's
Xbox
go.
One X has 12 teraflops.
Legit. I made so many Tracer jokes from chasing Amy about this yesterday, because that's just like that's where I am. I'm that kind of child.
So let's get back on track. I got a serious
Your
question
mom's
here.
a Tracer.
What's a hobby you have always wanted to try but never had the time or the courage to start?
Pimping.
Pimping ain't easy.
Pimping ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
Bullshit. I've never heard it. Wow.
I've actually been thinking about RC models. And
Yo, facts. Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
I recently stumbled upon a dude, it's an Asian guy who does RC mod, like on I think 112 scale. I'm not sure. Beautiful stuff. Like he does a lot of carpet wheels, so he does all the drifting stuff. It's really nice, man. Like the amount of work, like he has like speakers in the RC to make them sound like the actual cars, and dude, it looks amazing.
Cool.
The last thing he did was the last thing I watched him do was an old JDM Supra body.
Ooh.
Like it looks so good, dude. Like he I didn't like the way he painted it because he used cans. But he he had all of the stuff, like the chassis of the RC kit had all these like had gyroscopes. It would assist him whenever he was drifting through a corner. It's so nice, man.
Onboard computer.
Yeah, like and then obviously I told you guys about the speakers.
What a fucking horror on a 240SX, bro.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I can't remember. I wish I could remember his. Now I'll look it up real quick. Once I stop talking. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Like it made me want to actually go. Maybe that's a nice little hobby you can get into.
Right.
So
I heard it's pricey, but
it is. It gets up there. It gets up there. To be honest, I've thought about it, but I'm like, yo, I could just invest in my car and drift. But like.
Shit, yo, I
don't know.
I always wanted to do model RC planes.
Oh,
right.
If you think cars are expensive, have you seen the actual, like? Because my buddy is into that. Have you seen the actual like the tiny jets that they put on planes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Turbines. Those shits are fucking expensive. He's like between like $5,000 and $10,000.
It's incredible technology. I've actually looked into the tools that it takes to make that shit, because that's the kind of guy I am. I just make stuff. So.
I found him. His name is Dark Dragon Wing on YouTube. Check him out. Dark Dragon Wing. All one word.
Don't forget that.
Cool.
Dark Dragon Wing, or wings of the dragon that are dark.
Only a little bit of left edge on that name.
he did an RC modify on a white Toyota Supra, and then he's been doing other stuff. Like he did one for a Lamborghini Gallardo, a 1986 Toyota Trueno. For my initial D fans out there, like he's done a bunch of stuff, and I mean he doesn't need like the subscriber kind of whatever like that, but like good quality stuff, like really he goes really in depth into what he's doing and why he's doing it, and I mean he makes those RC cars look pretty fucking cool.
Dark Jesus turtle,
Dark Dragon Wing. You remember Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
Remember Splinter Cell Blacklist?
Yes,
I know.
I got the Ultimate Collection, and it comes with their like Cessna airplane that's actually controllable. Yeah. So if you want to go like airplanes, I'm with it.
I remember that. I was working at GameStop when that released, and we tried to fly that plane around indoors. It's not a good idea. Don't fly it indoors.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should have like instead of RC cars, we should do planes and do like a little squadron, like the Blue Angels, and
I'm with it.
Set something up.
For real though, if you guys want to take that hobby seriously, there is a place in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, called Horizon Hobby that specialize in all this stuff. But they also, not only do they make these RC cars, planes, drones, whatever, they also do lessons, like to certify you as a RC pilot.
Teach you to pilot.
Yeah.
It matters. Trust.
It's like you need a license to fly a drone now. So
you need to be it's a regulation thing now. You have to be for drones specifically. You have to take lessons and stuff.
Yeah, but even if you're gonna fly something, especially like a high performance like RC aeronautical,
fucking fire if you crash.
Yeah, if you got something that's got some speed, anything with any
Yeah, they teach you. They teach you how to use FPV and all that stuff. It's great, man. Like, yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's sick.
That's
That's sick.
around.
Mhm.
I need
That's
to
actually
do
pretty
this.
Yeah, I mean, I made like a bunch of like small things when I was a kid. Like the glue together your balsa wood, cut things out, do all the stuff, stretch, vellum
man.
stuff over it.
All right, we got some more questions. So here's a good one.
Mhm.
What would be your number one tip to someone who has never airbrushed and wants to start?
Whew.
Number
Alright.
one, or just general tips?
Number one tip. That's the question.
All right.
That's the question, Pat. Please answer it correctly.
Don't be scared of it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. My very first experience with an airbrush. So my wife bought me a set of master airbrushes and a compressor for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I was terrified of using it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. Like, I watched a whole myriad of videos, and I was still deathly afraid of doing it. I put like a Testa's enamel ball in there, and the compressor started to smoke, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, what did I do? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. And now look at some of the stuff I'm making. You have, like, a lot of people have to understand that it's a learning process. Don't be afraid of it. It's you are prone, like, much like the accident talk. You're prone to fuck up at least once. Learn from that fuck up, apply it to the next thing that you're doing, and yeah, that's it, man. Like, treat the airbrush like it's an actual brush. Like, use strokes, make sure that your colors are level, all that stuff. I mean, if you're shading, keep it light, keep it breezy. Less is more. Apply layers, all that stuff, man. I mean, yeah, just don't, like. But my number one tip has always been, don't be afraid of it. It's not gonna bite you. If if it breaks, or or something like that, it's something of monetary value. But what you learn from breaking that thing, I think, is priceless. So yeah, man, just don't be afraid. Just do it.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Do it. This is looking pretty. I like that blue. That blue actually looks really nice.
I like that color combo.
Ooh la la.
I like
Here,
that.
I got you.
Hold up. Are you gonna do anything else with those other panels?
Yeah.
On that shield.
Of course, Brian.
How are you gonna offend this man?
He's just gonna have.
Listen. Look.
East Coast.
Listen.
East Coast, my guy.
Look. No, Julio and I are teams on this, man. Like, we're. I'm not against him. I'm with him, man. Like, come on.
Airbrushing, you get shit like that. Just saying.
That looks gorgeous, dude. It looks really good. I just want you to. I want to see more color variation. I know you're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
I know you're gonna have to mask it up.
Greens, the grays.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look nice. I put extra.
Yeah, Julio, I got you.
No. Appreciate it.
At least it isn't all blue,
Yeah. It's not all blue.
No, because like my Neo Zeong is on this is with Julio's Griffin that he's painting right now. So his blue sand tones with all the mad like beauty is going to be like contraposed. Is that a word? I don't think it's a word. With my greens, and
we're gonna use it now.
It's a word right now.
There. Yeah, it's in there.
For
You
now,
said it.
it's a word. But yeah, so it's going to be like contrasted with this like swank ass green that I've got going on mine, with like green, two tones,
Green looks
blue,
nice.
and then orange. So,
I'm not a fan of green, but that green looks nice.
dude, this green is like,
I love green, man.
I love green and I love camo and I do everything like crazy drab, but like the luster,
nice.
the depth in that.
It looks fucking nice. You make me like green.
I based it with the matte black, and then I drew out the high tones with an old bone white from Createx. It's like an old model of it. Yeah, it's just like an off-white bone color, but it's like, because it's an illustrative acrylic paint, it's incredibly smooth and flat, so it like goes and it like absorbs into the black, and it allows you to like bring out the brights really casually. So just like as you're swirling and like drawing back and like allowing the aperture to affect the tone the surface there. Sorry. And it allows you to really bring out like the cool highlights, and it gives black tones like a purple to like a cream tone. So it pulls from straight black up through purple to cream, which is like crazy for a white. Anyhow.
Yeah, it's not a straight white, you know. It's that.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not, and it's super good. It's cheap. It goes a long way.
What you doing over there, Pabs? Yo, Pabs,
He's giggling at me talking and snacking on food.
He was hiding real quick, and he just popped in like.
He's like, oh, Brian's running on at the mouth again.
I'm hungry.
So my human eye sees lots of green values, fun to play with. Yeah, it's because we were evolved in the jungles and forests and whatnot when you see predators. But my advice for airbrushing is invest in good tools. Like, you always buy kits, but invest in a good airbrush, invest in a good compressor, get good paint, know what kind of paint you're using and how it reacts in an airbrush.
I'm gonna counter that.
Ooh.
Hit him with the counter.
Okay, Tabs.
Don't get that stuff until you feel like you're ready.
Oh yeah, like don't go hard, but know what you're getting. Research the airbrush. You know, do the homework.
Do
homework.
Homework.
Yeah, like I mean, like I said, like I started off with Master Airbrush is not exactly the most known for its quality, you know, seals and all that stuff.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't matter.
You, Paps.
Take care of it.
So, Paps, when did you start building models? In general, any model. Any model.
Back in the UK.
2004.
Cool. All right. So, when did you want to start airbrushing?
2017.
Oh, okay. And then you got your airbrush right away?
No. So initially, I told you I was deathly afraid. Like, so when I feel like I told this story before. When I started modeling, I wanted to
tell it again.
Yeah, when I wanted to emulate Japanese modelers. Like I would scour the forums looking for these amazing builds. There was a black and white freedom that really spoke to me. I remember, and I would ask these guys like, "How did you build this? What would you do?" And I would get zero response. So I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll do it myself." I ordered a high grade 00 and a high grade red frame astray. I don't know. And then I ordered a whole bunch of like Gundam markers. And I was like, this is easy. Let's try this out. And it turned out horrible. I don't know if I still have it somewhere. Yeah, it turned out horrible, and it turned me off of painting in general, just because I was like, well, I mean, I'm not getting any info. No one's really, kind of talking me through this or helping me, and there was no point. So yeah, I kind of just put it in the wayside, and I started doing a lot of prop modeling for a while. And yeah, and then I didn't really think about airbrushing until I got back into Gunpla back in 2016 or 17, and even then, what's that?
Actually, it's pretty awesome because it really it Venn diagrams over my story too. I love your story so far, Paps.
Oh.
Because okay, so I started building models back when I was a little kid in the 80s, and I did a lot of stuff, and I hand painted, brush painted a lot of enamels, and it was terrible. And then I took a long break, and then I got into making props, and then doing like prop modeling and like making like full size weapons and stuff. And you guys have probably seen some of that stuff. But when I was originally painting all of that stuff, I was using my old school techniques that I've learned through college and high school and all the things that like schooling and everything in my own practices, which is doing like acrylic washes over like base tones and stuff. And I was doing a lot of rattle cans and painting like my big props with rattle cans and stencils and all this cool stuff. And then doing all of the high detail work with doing acrylic washes from like, your standard like tube acrylic paints. So I was doing that kind of stuff, but then I got an airbrush because I wanted to try and extend my ability to control the amount of paint that I was spraying, because a rattle can is a lot of waste. So directing that paint with an airbrush is a whole different thing. Now, that being said, I started researching airbrushes in 1992.
Jesus.
Yeah. when
I was barely walking by then.
Yeah, when I was 13, that was when I first found out about airbrushes. So I started buying magazines, reading about techniques, and learning about the processes and the functionality of the tool itself. So I've got this whole other like psychotic end of things where I'm just crazy manic. That's just me. So getting to the point where I own my own airbrush, I didn't buy an airbrush until 2017.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Yo,
The
but
story unfolds.
for real though, shout out to my wife, Laura Pabs. Because if it wasn't for her buying me this airbrush thing, I would not have bought one.
Oh shit.
She was like, you should just fucking try it. Just do it. Like,
No offense,
That's
Pabs.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
No offense, Pabs. Put your wife on this show.
I have tried so hard. I was like, meet these people I hang out with. I don't go. She was like,
nerds. I already got to deal with
she was
one
like-
every day.
she was like, I've heard your conversations. I don't want to meet these people.
I don't want
No, but she has been awesome. Like every time I feel like there is I feel creatively choked or trapped. Like she's the one to kind of bring me out of it. Or anytime I am afraid of trying something new, she'll fucking buy me the thing and will push me to do it.
Shout
And
out to
then,
Mrs. Pabs.
yeah, she is a pillar. She is my light. She's my soul. Like,
Oh,
Yo,
yo,
you give me hope for the future. You and Brian.
yeah.
What do you got?
I mean, I'm sure Colleen is the same, right?
yo, Julio. When I get over there, we
No,
gonna.
I mean, here's the thing about my lovely wife.
Yeah, we fucking
He's just looking at her right
Full eye contact.
No, you have no idea. I love the look. I love the look that it can hear.
Look.
She puts up with so much of my
Oh,
shit.
for real. I'll
It
wire
holding
this.
the sign right now.
Outstanding.
He's holding the
All
sign
wives-
right now. Like, you better say something good. If not, you're not gonna eat tonight.
I am blessed. I shit you not. I am blessed.
Our wives are saints.
But at
literal
the
saints.
same time, I am tortured by her incredibly quick wit, intelligence, her fucking cutting. Like, she's from here. She was born in Queens, grew up in Old Bridge, Jersey, right? Moved back to the city after I'm from Iowa, right? And I moved out here when I was like, fuck old, 25, 26. I'm almost 41. Yeah, there you go. 15 years ago. Yeah, exactly. That's when I moved out here. And she has taught me to be a
She's holding the sign right now. Like, you better not say something stupid.
no,
You better
she's
not say
nothing.
something
She's playing
stupid.
Stardew Valley. She's like, fuck, I don't fucking care. Trust.
Yeah. Our wives are seriously. I said it before. The saints. They give us the time.
Man.
They give us the time and the space to do all this. They give us, a place.
Man, she gives me fucking levity too. She's like,
Slap the shit out of you.
oh yeah, that's right.
Put you in line.
Yeah. So airbrush tip: get a wife. They'll get you an airbrush.
I had a tip, but it's kind of like it doesn't even matter now. We're way beyond that.
No. In regards to airbrush stuff, like tip that we give to someone, it would be like, yeah, like Pab says, start simple, get a kit that's get a setup that is moderately priced, and then just easily expand upon your setup. It's really just like learning the chops of it all. Find some literature. That's the easiest part. Is Google something.
Yeah.
Not like looking at a YouTube thing or something like that, but read something.
Yeah.
Read a publication from the 90s where it's not going to be some subjective bullshit. Like, try and find some older literature on Sorayama or any of the like really awesome airbrush artists from like the 90s and the 70s and the 80s and 60s, and like look at that.
Knowledge and all that stuff is so widespread these days. It's crazy. The fact that people like Max Watanabe is now actually an active person of spreading what he knows is a fucking miracle, honestly. If you think about 20 years ago, the man would not talk to anybody who would publish his works. Like, he was not a very public man, and the fact that now there is a documentary on how he started and what he's doing, what his techniques are like is fucking amazing. So These days, it's very easy to find all of these things, resources. There are people out there who are willing to spread knowledge. So it's like these days it's ridiculously easy. So just get yourself one, read up on it, watch it, and learn. I think.
Old literature, yo, go find old forums. Before I bought a badger, this dude tried every badger in their stock and told you exactly how they work. We're really, really dope forum. I think it's on their website, one of the two. Badger's a great airbrush too. They make great.
Yo, Brina was talking about siphon feeding, or was B was talking about siphon feeds? Someone was talking about siphon feeds, right?
Yeah.
So that was what I was looking into from like 1992 to like 1997. I was looking at like, Pash for a badger. Yeah, because that's,
Yeah, that was a good
so
stuff.
like, yeah, my mother luckily worked as a bookkeeper for an arts and crafts store for one of Michael's division, so I had like the opportunity to go and kick it in the art store and like literally look at everything with my crazy manic eyes and absorb it with my crazy manic brain. It's too much information for me to not hold back.
All right, so let's go ahead and do one more DMC question. And this one is pretty heavy. So all right. So this one, I guess we'll go around. We'll start. See who wants to start off with this one.
Frankie, do you want me to read it, or are you good?
I'll read it. All
right.
So the question is, one of my biggest struggles in life is trying to find that special someone to share life.
Oh, I'm gonna go make a drink.
We gotta answer them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been single for 14 years, and each year being alone gets harder. I have met a woman, but after some time of getting to know them and asking them to go out on a date, I am ghosted or ignored. Last year, I was talking with a nice girl, and she agreed to go out with me on a date. I had to have emergency surgery on my mouth, and had to push the date back a week. In the week I was down, she met another guy and told me she was already seeing someone when I tried to make plans the following week after having surgery. I guess what my question is how do you keep your head up after facing constant rejection and not become cynical or feel animosity towards the opposite sex?
Well,
I'll go ahead and start it off since you guys are over here dying. Yeah.
The reason I'm gonna say
So-
I'm gonna step for Julio and say the reason that Julio is chuckling is because this is intense. And
Yeah, no, it is. I know. So
No, I
that's
know
why
you guys know this.
that's why I'm going to start it off. So you guys,
I love you guys. I love Julio. So I just want to like make sure nobody's mistaken my man.
No. There's no mistaking. There's no mistakes here. There's just get ready.
Frankie. Go ahead, Frankie. Let them know.
So personally, I've gone through some rejection. I think a lot of people have gone through rejection and stuff like that. When it comes to talking to women, especially in my younger. Really, you this face? What? Yes, Pabs. Believe it or not, this is not the cutest thing ever.
You just need to raise up the size a little bit.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm letting it fall on the side, just a little bit.
All right.
Thank you, though. Appreciate it. But no, it's
Soul Glow.
Anyways, I'm trying to be serious here. So
I'm sorry.
You're good. You know what? This is how I'm gonna fix it. Boom! Look, I muted all of them. Kidding. Let me not. No, I'm gonna mute you, Julio. Fucking asshole. Anyways, honestly, what I think the best thing to do is if you get rejected by this person, don't think it's the end. It's just another chance to learn, not to learn, but to keep moving forward, right? Not everybody is made for everybody. Not the next person you see may not be your match, could be, but you just have to be open about thinking about, how can I say this? I'm trying to find a good way to say this. Don't let yourself get beat up by it. Rejection is normal. It's almost like making a mistake when you're building or painting, right? The mistake is made, you move on from it, you learn from it, move on. So the next time you're encountered with a task, you know what to do. You're experienced. I'm trying to question the question in my head, but I think the best way to say it is, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling bad because you're getting rejected, it only means, I guess, you're working emotionally. You understand it, so you use that to. Damn, it is a tough question. Shoot.
Can I jump
Yes,
in?
go for it. Go for it.
So I don't like I'm gonna keep the person's name quiet because we don't I think you should learn to love yourself first.
True, very true.
Don't put so much weight into finding companionship until you learn that you are your greatest companion. People put so much kind of importance into being in a relationship and all that stuff, but until you absolutely learn that you are your greatest ally, then most relationships are going to fail for you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people make the mistake of going 100 immediately into a relationship because this person is the one, this person is going to do this for me, this person is going to do that for me. It's not. That's never the case. It's never the case. Always leave love for yourself first. And I guarantee you, once you find somebody who sees, oh, this person loves himself or herself, has the confidence to know that even if you're not in a relationship, you're able to function as a regular human being, to be able to work as a person who can go out on their own and not feel afraid of being alone. Then I think you are ready for a relationship. I made a huge mistake of being in a relationship too early in my life, and it gave me a very skewed perspective. Thank you. Perspective of what a relationship should be. So every time a relationship didn't work out, or a relationship wasn't turning into what I was thinking it was going to be, I took it harder than I should have. And I think a lot of people also make that mistake. And it's like Frankie says, not everybody is made for everybody. There is not the one. I think, in my opinion, for you. You'll find somebody that you'll click, that you will, as a puzzle piece, you guys will just fit. But until then, learn that it is okay to be alone. It is okay to be yourself as company. Put more weight into being with friends, being with family.
Yeah.
Families and friends are extremely important, because relationships will come and go until you get married. But good friends, a good circle will be there with you for life.
Exactly.
So,
Straight up, and the older we get, we learn that our friends and our family are intertwined. So like, the more that I exist, the more I realize that my friends here are my family as well. Not to any discount any of my blood relatives or anything like that, but it's my real family is my friends. So what I wanted to say and touch on what Pabs was saying, which is so on point, is that the more that I sought to find myself, the more that I found other people. So as soon as I stopped trying to focus myself on what was going on outside of me and started to try and take care of what I cared about for myself, like to get my creativity under control, to get my the things that it's as simple as like the things that I like to eat, like my dining under control, to get like my own stuff and figure out where I am, who I am, and what I want to be to the world. It helped me open myself to finding someone that is compatible with me. I very randomly met my wife, and I am so incredibly blessed to have had that interaction. And I feel like that is ultimately the chaotic, beautiful spark of the world. I met her on the internet. I did not have I wasn't on a dating, anything like that. I met her on MySpace.
Yeah.
And that is crazy
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
Brian, to that
Yeah.
point, like when I met my wife, I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I was very happy not being in a relationship. And I was forced to go out, like to go to a bar, because that is not my scene. And yeah, I was kind of forced to go to a bar, and that's where I met her. And then she wasn't even supposed to be there either. She was just she didn't live in that town. She lived like 2 hours away. And yeah, that is what the most that's the most beautiful thing, where you meet somebody when you're not expecting to meet anybody, and you know, it evolves and it sparks, and it's a beautiful thing. When you're actively looking for it, when you're aggressively looking for it,
it's not there,
it
man.
never works. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. Like, you know, when somebody says, I need to find someone, I need to lay some pipe like right now, like it just doesn't
man.
it doesn't
You
work.
need
It
to
just
find your center. You need to fucking meditate and look at yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck you are
it's-
trying to do?
I think it's fine if
Man, woman, child, whoever the fuck it is.
yeah, I think
Doesn't matter, man.
I think it's fine when you are just looking for you know, for a companion for that thing, for, you know, for just to be physically with someone.
Exactly.
And usually you get past that as you start to get older, and you start to look for an actual, you know, companion for life.
Exactly. If you're trying to
yeah.
find your center, right? If you're trying
Right.
to find like if you're trying to look towards your own personal future and try and build something that is like a substantive as opposed to something that is fleeting, then you like learn to love yourself. And I say this all the time. You have to love who you are, regardless of how the fuck flawed you are. Like own your shit. Right?
Exactly.
Morty says it, right? Morty says it in Rick and Morty. Get all your shit, put it in a fucking bag, own that shit, because that shit is yours, right? That
exactly. Nobody else's.
Deny it to yourself. You can deny it to everybody else, but that is your shit. You own it, regardless. When it comes down to brass tacks, we all own that shit. We all have that shit, whatever the fuck it is. You have to accept it and try and move beyond it if that's what it takes. If it means like embracing that shit, if it means embracing the fact that you have whatever it is, like if you want to change yourself, if you need, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. I don't even, if you
flaw is something you can't do,
or not even that. If it's something like you need to express a different part of you that you have been suppressing because you are own yourself, guys and gals,
don't hide yourself.
People, every one of the.
I feel like Brian and I are in sync, because like when again, in my youth, there was a time from the ages of 13 to 20, I wasn't single. Like it was like I wasn't single, but in all of those relationships, I hid the fact that I loved video games, I loved Gunpla, I loved you know, I loved anime, I loved all that stuff. You know, I would sit there with my little sister and watch like Ben 10 and Dexter's Laboratory, like
Ben Tennessee.
That stuff. Like I loved all that stuff. But whenever I was with a female or, you know, anything
some
like that,
type of friends and shit, you had to hide that shit because
I had to hide that shit. Yeah, it wasn't something that they fully accepted, though. I was afraid of being made fun of. Now look at me, like, you know, however many years later, whatever. You know, I am constantly, I'm streaming stuff. I'm talking to people in the public about what I do, and I'm constantly trying to share knowledge on, hey, this is how I build. This is how I want to build. This is my build. Like it until you learn that you yourself are enough, yeah, that you are enough, what you like, what you know, what you care about is important, then yeah, being with somebody is just gonna fuck you up in the long run. So yeah, like you know, the base, like we can talk about this all night. The base advice I think everybody here is giving to you is love yourself first. Don't look for that companion until you know for a fact that if a companion leaves you,
let me say something after these real quick.
If a companion leaves you, that you are more than enough to take care of yourself. Right,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think to what Brian and Pabs are saying, this is vital, so that way when a situation comes around where somebody betrays you or does you wrong, you don't want to bleed on the next person. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair to the next person.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy at all. You don't want to have any animosity towards the opposite sex because it's just one person. You know what I mean? You're not going to blame an entire gender for one person's wrongdoing. It's unfair. It's unfair to you. It's unfair to the next person who's most likely going to want to try to be with you and learn you and accept your flaws and all that.
One thing. I got one thing. For every person who rejects you or doesn't like you, there's another one that will eat food off of you.
Exactly. It's not even it's both eat from the same plate.
Yo, can I bottle my essence?
If you want, I guess. I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to imagine what that smells like real quick.
No, thank you.
It's ham.
No, thank you.
It's ham, it's pickles, and it's ranch dressing. you throw all that together.
And that beef broth.
Club soda in there just to like loosen it up a little bit.
But yeah, and it's not just the opposite sex, same sex. It doesn't matter. You don't want to bleed on the next person. As simple as that. You don't.
The thing is, you can't expect someone else to love you if you don't love yourself.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The base of it.
Exactly.
But everybody has baggage, right? Every single person has baggage.
We're all fucking flying.
Everybody's got baggage.
I don't even know.
So you until you find that it's easier to carry that thing, you won't be able to find somebody to help you carry it. Period.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Even that, it ain't even about trying to find. I mean, like if you need someone to help you carry it, that's one thing. But at the same time, like,
that's what I'm saying. Like unless you find you're able to carry that baggage by yourself, you won't be able to find anybody to help you carry it.
Exactly. When it's you and a person, you guys are creating a fucking airline. You're creating a jumbo jet plane to carry all that fucking baggage. And if you can't carry your own shit,
and I'm not
that other person's not gonna put their shit in that plane because they know you can't carry your shit. You're not gonna be able to carry their shit. Y'all can't intertwine.
I'm going with a different airport, like different, not even an airline. I'm going up.
Spirit Airlines.
I'm gonna go to JFK. Fuck you.
Airlines right here. We crashing, bitch.
I'm just saying, like the more that I've become closer to myself, like to my core values, and just be a better me, like the best me that I can be.
Exactly, the best version of yourself.
Everything else just kind of like has like fallen in place. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to happen within like a day or 10 or 12 or fucking a year or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not what it's about. The idea is that like, just don't worry about, and it's going to be a little bit hard, but don't worry about that shit. Like don't worry about being with somebody because you don't have to be with somebody because we're all with each other, right? Like
we're all conditioned to think that way, especially when you're young. It's
media fucks everybody.
Not only that, your parents, your whoever raised you, you know, it's when you're young, you're pushing that information. You're a sponge. You're absorbing that shit. So when you're conditioned to think a certain way, you're gonna be like that for the rest of your fucking life. And you know, it's
beyond that. It's even like just like the fucking sexuality and that fucking thing that they push hardcore and like fucking porno and all that bullshit surrounding.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment humans are born, it's ingrained in, or even humans. I'm sorry, every living creature. The moment they are born, it is the need to recreate is already ingrained in you. Like that's
the human race goal.
Like, we have to
continue the race.
We have to spread our seed and all that, whatever. So that kind of adds to the need to be with someone.
The seed is knowledge. That's what they don't tell you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I think you need to kind of stave off that need because there were quite a few of us already. So just learn to be able to just exist with yourself. Okay, just exist first and foremost.
Look for someone to make you happy. Look for someone who's gonna be happy together. Like you're gonna bring your happiness together.
If you're not happy, you're not gonna be able to find someone to be happy with you.
Exactly. You're a fucking clown to make you happy every day. No, you have to fucking dance together.
No doubt. You have to know yourself. You have to be happy with yourself. You have to be happy with yourself. Not like be like, oh, I'm happy with myself. No, you're not fucking happy with yourself. Be happy, literally.
Be generally happy with yourself. Like
Exactly.
a lot of people aren't able to do this for real. It's also kind of a good. It's a good. No, it's like this is a good test of it. Like a lot of people aren't able to do this because they find it very awkward and who judgy, or people will judge you. Try to go to the movies by yourself.
You're fucking
Yeah. Yo, yeah.
Go to the movies by yourself. See how you feel sitting there alone watching this movie.
Yeah.
So in terms of today's society, anyway, and I can guarantee you will get some very awkward looks. People will judge you for being there all by yourself. Like, look at this creepy ass dude just watching.
I remember watching Cars 2 by myself. I went to go see Cars 2 by myself, and I made sure to go at a time where there's not too many kids, because I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to look mad creepy.
Exactly.
When I want to see a movie I like, and I'm sitting there by myself watching the movie, laughing, and I noticed some parents looking at me like, yo, you see this dude? Like,
yeah, see. That's what I mean. So in today's society,
it's not really because you're alone. It's because you're watching Cars 2.
Also, that
this giant 6'3", giant bearded boy watching cartoons, like, do this at home. Don't be here weirder. Making me feel weird. Coaching on my child. Like, don't worry, you're good.
Frankie, I know you're an inch shorter than me, but still.
but for real, it's a good.
And they look both at you.
It's a good
fucking people do it.
It's a good test.
The only thing you can do to somebody that's like, I'm 6'3".
It's a good test to see how comfortable you are in your own skin.
Exactly.
Okay? Who cares how these parents judge you? You paid money to watch this movie.
No,
exactly.
All that stuff.
I know this shit.
Own your life. Like, be real. Like, be yourself. The best you can be. And in my opinion, everything will work its way out.
Yeah.
Because just as long as you are living the life that you want to live, then the life you want to live will come to you. That's the best advice that I can give.
This is another one. Go to dinner with yourself. I've done the
Yeah, Phil.
Do a date night. Do a date night by yourself. Like just experience life. Experience life.
Get yourself drunk.
As you would be as a couple by yourself first, and make yourself comfortable doing all that stuff, because it's
man.
Treat yourself.
But you would be very surprised to see how people can't eat by themselves or watch by themselves.
Yeah,
it's very surprising.
Don't look at me weird because I ordered 4 things. Wait, bring them to me.
Yeah.
See, bring me my 4 plates of chicken tenders.
People don't have
this. Come on, seriously though, I do want the country skillet with the biscuits and gravy and the fried chicken on top. And
I'm going to.
But also, I need the coleslaw on the side because I had to get the hot beans.
I am going to brunch tomorrow and getting a fucking country skillet because of this now.
I'm still getting those curly fries, but yeah, it's
as I'm slowly turning vegetarian, that pains me. But
so yeah, sorry, I got explosions going on over here.
You yourself are enough, and anybody who wants to enjoy you is a welcomed addition. Find a teammate. Don't find someone to just throw the trash out with. Find yourself a teammate, someone who wants to build, create, and see a brighter future. Don't go hard with someone who's just in it for the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun is fucked up. It's a drug. The first hit is real good, but you keep chasing that dragon, and it's never going to feel the fucking same again. So be complacent, knowing that you're going to be okay, no matter what.
Yeah.
Straight up.
With or without anybody.
Yeah. Straight up. Because you don't need anybody but yourself.
Bring your joy to other people.
Mm-hmm. No, that is the fucking honest truth, is that you don't need anyone but yourself. As long as you love yourself and you can rely on yourself and you know yourself and be honest with yourself, you don't have anything to worry about.
This is your existence. You're living this.
Right? This is our simulation, man.
I was just about to say that, Brian. This is your simulation.
I'm serious, dude. You get
I was going to say the same shit.
Yo, pilot your body into a good direction.
You're a Gundam. That's it. Pilot it to the right fucking battlefield or whatever. But the thing is, So and then again, the whole bleeding on the next person, because if you don't get that shit right, if you don't accept yourself, it's never gonna work for you. You're never gonna move on from
Exactly.
that pain.
Right, exactly. And if you don't own your own shit, if you have a lot of crap, like I have a lot of shit in my background, it happens, right? Shit happens. People have shit happen to them.
Manny! I fucking love Manny. Like I fucking love. If
Manny, I love Manny.
I would be having
shit happens, right?
I think it's required for you to love Manny.
And it's okay to own that shit. It's okay to be like, all right, this shit happened, and that doesn't affect me because it makes me a stronger person because of that shit, right? So like, don't let anything hamper you. Like, be empowered by yourself. And I'm really sound like fucking philosophical guy here, but
probably not that fucking great, bro. Phil, first off, fuck you. I'm incredible.
I've known Phil for like 20 years. I love him.
Fuck you, Phil. I'm incredible. All right? You know it. The world fucking knows it. Give me my 15 minutes, please. Thank you.
Oh, it feels so good.
All right. I think that's enough of that.
Yo, for real, love yourself. For real.
Love yourself.
Exactly.
Love yourself so you can love the next person. Simple as that.
You can't expect anybody to love you if you don't love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, like, take a look at it.
Unless you shit in the movies by yourself.
Don't own that. No, that's not mine.
That's his doo-doo. That's his doo-doo. I didn't do that.
That man right there. That's his doo-doo right there.
His doo-doo right there. He went into Cars 2 by himself.
Oh, wait, what?
Yo, Cars 2
right.
was dope, though. I love Mater.
Yo, Cars 2 was dope. But all right, I think it's time to wrap it up tonight. It was great. Let's go ahead and start doing the outros. Let's go with
Big Brian?
Big B over here.
He's like 6'8". Don't let him lie to you.
Big B. That's why I gotta call him Big B from now on. You know, even though you're 6'4", I have to look up to you now.
Yeah, just barely. I mean, no, it's not the same. Will it's all the same.
Yeah, right. Make eye contact with your mouth.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
If I look straight into him, it's.
You mean like make direct eye contact with my hairline?
Oh shit! So where can they find you, Big B?
Oh, you can find me here on the internets, here on YouTube, Bro Builder. I have live streams on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. On Tuesday, we're doing the 4 Horsemen build off live stream where we're doing these creative custom Zaku warriors from the new Masquerades that came out. There's a handful of us coming up. John Lynn has just joined us, which is fucking fabulous to hear. I assume that she's being like doled out by Phil. I assume so, but that's fucking amazing. Thank you, Phil. And so yeah, you can expect us there on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays I am doing a workbench live stream with my good friend Paul down in Florida, Gunpla Paul, and we are doing the GKM Dom Tropin resin upgrade for the Master.
I will be available to answer any questions during that stream.
Absolutely, I'm absolutely available to answer any questions about that build during those streams or after the fact if you want to like throw them up in the Discord. I'm also building this gigantic Psycho Gundam thingy back here, and I'm painting like 1,000 things, several shades of green. And I'm trying not to drive my wife insane.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Pabthley.
All right. You guys can catch me on Instagram, Chris_Pabs. I stream usually, not lately, every Saturday, 7 Central. I don't remember all the stuff. 8 Eastern. 5.
On Saturday.
I'll be on Saturday. I'll be on tomorrow. We will continue with this guy, the War right here. And then I'll also talk to you guys about what I've been doing with this 3D print, as well as the RG new, because that needs some paint real soon.
Yo, Yo, Paps, real quick, you think the wound wart's a dude?
I don't think so.
It's a girl, right?
It's a very feminine looking.
It is. It's a female. It's a female suit.
Persistent Tail, I usually stream on YouTube. So youtube.com/Red Suns. The E is a 3, the S is a 5. R3D 5UNZ. I'm so sorry. Okay, that was very young when I made that thing. But yeah, I usually stream on YouTube. I am also on it. Also streams on Facebook, I believe. And that's Chris Pabs Gunpla Works on Facebook. So if you guys want to hang out with me, talk more about this stuff, I'm always down to have a good conversation with people. So check me out. I'm also here usually sometimes on Fridays here on Mechanism. Sometimes I'm in the green room. But
I feel to be a whole episode in.
It feels very strange. My man's like trying to eat out here and all that stuff. I was trying to eat. It was like every time I try to eat, Frankie would put the camera on me. I'm like, okay, well, all right, damn, let's go. But yeah, for on the reels though, thank you for watching tonight. It's been a very different show. Thank you for having me.
That wink. Now you wink. Out of your face just crumbles.
That's the only way I know how to wink. Yo,
wink with your cheeks.
Clipping Nubs on the Instagram, on the YouTubes, on the rest of the internet. I make stuff. You make stuff. We share stuff. Wednesdays, Wet Palette Wednesdays. They're phenomenal. Come hand brush, because hand brushing is the foundation of making stuff cool. I think anyway. It gives you a good idea of color theory and how paint works. Catch me here Fridays, of course. I'm gonna come laugh at you because y'all people are stupid.
Stupid.
I love all of y'all for real. Community's great. Thanks for having me on. It's phenomenal. Real good. Frankie, you're a good host.
Hey, I think your redemption arc has fully come full circle.
You think so? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see how I feel about that. But anyways, thanks to everybody for stopping by, reading the comments. I see familiar faces and new faces, so I do appreciate you guys watching us, hanging out, having fun, enduring some of the stupidity. But
the stupid is all me. I'm all the stupid.
We're all combination.
No, exactly. We like to have a good time, but at the same time, we all understand the levity of reality. We all have the same emotions, whether they are the same intensity or not. We all understand that everybody is feeling some crazy fucked up shit, regardless of whether or not the world is burning.
We are like Avatar: The Lost Airbender. All 4 elements right here. All right, we balance each other out.
I'm Earth.
Water because I'm like magically.
I'm wearing a water shirt. I'm Earth.
I'm literally wearing a flower shirt, bro. Like
wind and Brian's fire. But anyways,
I got fire on my shirt.
Frankie.rg on Instagram, FrankieRG _ something on Twitter. You just put FrankieRG, you'll find it. Frankie RG on Twitch. I'm gonna start streaming now Mondays, maybe. I'm still thinking about it. And Wednesdays, build therapy. We're gonna build the Master Grade Banshee. That's a perfect grade, but the Master Grade's like right there, somewhere there. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, and that's it for me. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Remember, the world is crazy right now. Support as much as you can.
Fuck racism.
Exactly. Fuck racism.
Fuck racism.
Support. Do what you can to help the cause, and let's make the world a better place. And remember, there's no safe space for nobody if we're not all safe. Honestly, it's crazy. Do your part. Let's all help each other. It's all love. Let's all show the love. All right. Y'all have a good night. Love it. Have a great weekend. And also, Tim streams on the weekdays. He's not here. So, Mechanism, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And he'll be back soon. All right. So, you guys take it easy. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Everybody wave bye. Everybody wave bye.
No, I'm Asian enough. I can move it this close.
Can you do one of these?
Kawaii as fuck.
Orewa kawaii desu, motherfucker. Peace out, guys. Hit him with the oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Get the heart.
Bye, guys. We're out.
Love you guys. Be safe.